All right. Welcome to episode 27 of Heroes in Training.
I'm glad you
It's been a
remember that.
while, and we're going to kind of pick up in media
Yeah, it's been a
res
minute.
with our main characters testing for the next level. But before we do that, we are going to see what the Celestial Seven are doing during
Yes.
this test.
I will say that
Because
when I
that'll
was
lean into
listening
where
back,
we go next.
nice. When I was listening back to the episodes to remind myself as to where we were, I listened to the first two episodes of this season and then got to the end. And I was like, we didn't do another episode after this, did we? Like, I don't remember anything after this. And then I listened to the most recent episode. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm really glad I remember. I listened to this episode because I don't remember anything that
Yeah, it
happened.
was a hard pivot in like what was going on, and yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
sure.
it was a little
happened.
disjointed. Yeah, we did a lot of like isolated events.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
catching up on like all of these things that we needed to talk about that was going to happen next in downtime, that if we
Yep.
didn't address is just going to be like isolated, like pointless plot points, especially like Soda Pop. Like we were just going to forget about her. So we got to keep that piece going.
Yeah. Other things are less important when everyone's dying.
Yeah.
Now we're
yes.
testing to become the next level,
Yes. Yep.
and you got punched by a waitlist.
Yes. Yeah. So that's kind of where we left off in
That's
with
what I
our main
remember.
characters, right?
Yeah.
Is you guys are doing the test. Left Wing was swapping places with people using Polar Shield to help. Bastion made like a fence for the duplicates so they didn't hurt each other,
Right.
and then went after a Weightless and got just decked by Weightless. And then what's his name? Director Nolan was like, turn off hard mode,
Right.
Weightless. And Weightless is like, fine. And that's kind of where we left off. And then Palladium was in the train. He protected Emoticon from being like electrocuted, and like stabilized the train a bit. So yeah, we kind of get, maybe like previously on or whatever. But then we open up with the song that I sent you guys, the Lost Crown song. And we see, we kind of see like, I'm getting to get too cinematic of this. Like maybe before the music comes in, we see like the shot of a farm, kind of like in an isolated country area with like some trees around. And then like behind it's like this huge field. Yeah, they're growing corn and other things, like this just huge like farm, but like with one house in it. There's no like silos or anything like that. It's just like one house. And we zoom in and somebody knocks on the door. And that's when the song kicks in. And Botanist, one of the Celestial Seven, opens the door. And it's the rest of the Celestial Seven: Countess, Dragon, Vulcan, Five-Finger Fillet, Omnimorph, and Luminescent. And they're there waiting. And Vulcan's alien ship is like in the driveway, parked in the background. And I think it would be Countess that says it. She says, "Are you in?" And Botanist nods. And we cut to them flying away in the alien ship. And one by one, each member of the Celestial Seven gets dropped off, kind of like parachute troopered out of the ship. And they have this epic action sequence as to how they like land themselves, kind of like the first episode, where we had everybody jumping out of the alien ship to fight Tempest, right? Each person is going out again. The Botanist is coming out of retirement. The Celestial Seven are back in action, and each person is jumping out of the ship. And then we kind of hear like some conversation as like an overlay to this action sequence of them coming out of the plane, of them getting together and saying, "So we found bases for the freedom fighters? Yes, we found bases. Each of us are going to, we're going to split up." And this is like Dragon's voice. "We're going to split up. One person for each base." And Vulcan says, "Isn't that dangerous? What if we find Reaper? We can't take him alone." And Five-Finger Fillet chimes in and says, "We won't have to. We're using Beacon. Beacon will touch all of us, and he'll port us back if anything goes wrong. If we find Reaper, he'll port all of us back together, and then we'll be able to go and find Reaper, or just escape. But we have so many bases to cover. We got to go one by one, take them all out. And I think maybe we hear like Cody Reynolds and Marty kind of talking as well. We don't expect to find incredibly powerful villains at each of these spots. And even if we do, I think you guys can take it. And if not, Beacon will just pull you back. But this is way bigger than we expected. The Freedom Fighters, it's not just the villains we saw at the tournament. This is a whole isolated underground villain. What would be the word for this? Not gang, but like enterprise or coalition. Yeah. They've been gathering their forces for a long time. It's time to go hit these bases and clear them out. Find clues where we can. But we need to find Reaper, and we need to finish this. And then I think we kind of cut to where Countess and Dragon and Vulcan are like the last three before they jump out of the plane or the alien ship. And Countess seems like teary-eyed, and Dragon turns to her and says, "What's wrong?" And Countess says, "No more children. Not this time. No more kids. We're going to do it ourselves this time." And then she jumps. And then we get a scene of Dragon.
So dead.
What's that?
They are so dead.
Maybe we get a scene of Dragon going out as well. And the spot that he goes to, we get kind of like an action sequence of like each person like breaking into a villain facility, right? And just like decimating it. Like just completely taking control of the situation. Everybody is down. Everybody's out for the count. They're like, we see botanists like put out a bunch of tree branches and just like completely take everybody captive. Everybody's up against the wall, and then like cops flood the area and like take everybody in, just completely decimate everything. And then we see like Dragon going in and just like burning places up. And he seems to be a lot more what's the word? Violent than the other groups, right? And then I think maybe we see like a shot of Dragon like leaving one of the facilities, and there's just like fire in the windows as he just like walks back, like he doesn't turn around to see the explosion kind of a thing, and there's just like a glint of fire in his eyes. And we'll cut from there. So that's what's going on while you guys are testing. Is the Celestial 7 is back in action, and they're looking for the Reaper, and they're fighting against the Freedom Fighters and clearing out this huge coalition.
So they're doing the thing that I wanted to do last time when I told everyone I wanted to triangulate the signal and find these bases, and nobody let me do it.
Yep. No, you didn't say find the base is, because you guys were just looking for Reaper. And you guys triangulated where he was coming from, but weren't able to. That didn't actually gather any information as to where he then went from there, because he can literally just teleport, right? Or just bubblegum himself out.
I am excited for when we finish our specialist sidekick evaluation, because as soon as we do, all of our mentors will be dead, and so we'll just be like, "Actually, we have some new slots. Do you just guys want to fill in? Yeah, we'll bump you up another level here."
Oh man.
All the heroes are dead now, so it's just you guys. Sorry.
Oh man, yeah, it's gonna go. It's gonna go great.
It's gonna go great. It's gonna go so great.
All right, so we're gonna pop back into the test. I'm gonna zoom in on Palladium first. Palladium, there's maybe like Emoticon and Mist have like grabbed some individuals, and they like just got out of the train. And you're going over and you see there's like one duplicity clone like in the corner of one of the trains, right?
Mm-hmm.
I assume you'd go over to grab that one.
Real quick mechanical question. At the beginning of the session, you add one team pool, yes? Is that what, David, do you remember?
Pretty sure.
Because we had 0, so I'm pretty sure that's what I do. So I put another team pool in.
You wondering how much team you have?
We had 0 team to start off with. At the beginning of the session, I put 1 in,
right? At the beginning, you put 1, yes.
Okay, cool. Just making sure I got that squared away. So I'm just in the train helping people, and I see a duplicity clone who needs help. Is that what you said?
Yes. You see one. So like Emoticon and Mist just come out with a bunch, and it looks like they missed one in the corner.
Okay. So my mask is currently on mundane. I switched it last session. I should switch it to savior at some point during the session, likely. I'm trying to decide if I do it now. The moves that are mundane are comfort and support, and then isn't there like the you can do this move mundane as well? Oh, thank you. The one that helps peers upgrade and stuff.
That is mundane, yeah.
That's mundane as well.
Yeah.
Well, I'll wait to affirm my hero identity until I really need it, but I'm gonna keep that in my back pocket in case I really need to roll savior here in a second. But yeah, I'll go over and try to scoop up the last one. So that's like the last one we see, right? Like we've gotten everybody else out in general. Yes, like the train is safe. Okay, then
you go towards that one.
Well, real quick, is there other heroes around me? Are they already out?
No, they're already out.
Okay, yeah. So I just like if I see any of them like near the exit of the train, I just like let them know that hey, I'm going back for there's one more, and then I just like rush in.
Okay, yeah. So you go towards that one, but before you get too close, Marty in your comms says, "Not that one. Leave that one behind."
Why? So Marty hasn't been here so far in this trial, right? Did I just randomly hear on the comms? Okay.
Yep. You guys have comms for you guys to communicate. But all of a sudden, Agent Marty is in your ear.
So we have comms, and it's for us to communicate, not necessarily to communicate with teachers and agents. Right? So he's just like patching in on the channel that we usually use for our team, our superhero team.
Yes. Now, This isn't too out of the ordinary in the sense that if you guys were on a mission, Marty is always in your ear and tells you guys different things. So there's precedent for him to say something.
But basically, what
I'm asking is that you don't have somebody in your ear telling you, like, this is still way more independence than normal. So this is still kind of out of the ordinary that he's all of a sudden jumping in now.
Yeah. So what I'm asking though is like, there aren't a bunch of teachers in some booth somewhere right now that have access to our comms channel and have been talking to us at all in this trial so far. Is that
they probably do have access to your comms channel,
but they haven't said anything.
For you not to assume that they have access to it, but they haven't said anything yet. No.
Okay. Yeah. So this is just Marty randomly getting on. Okay. So two things are happening here. Either Marty feels bad about what happened and he's trying to make it up to me by helping me cheat, which I don't like, or he is a bad guy like I knew all along and he's trying to get me into trouble. Are there any other possibilities?
Assess the situation, right?
Oh yeah,
I would say probably assess.
I'll do that.
Well, either assess the situation, or if you're trying to figure out more Marty specific stuff, it'd be pierce the mask to understand what he's trying to do, right? His intentions. Depends on what you want to lean into.
Yeah, let me look at the questions again real quick. I could do either. Let's see.
Yeah, I can see either one being an answer.
What do you want me to do? What do you intend to do? How can I get your character to? I mean, I wish I could do both because there's like one question on each list that I want to ask. I'll do a. Wait, what am I actually better at? That'll probably be what I do. Right now, I am the same except for I have guilty marked. I will roll Pierce the Mask then, since I'll probably be switching my labels soon anyway. Because that is probably my main thing here. Is like I'm like, why in the world is Marty doing this? Right? I want to know what this is, why this is happening from a Marty perspective. Okay, any bonus penalty?
Maybe a -1 just because he's in your ear and he's not present with you.
To his face or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, doesn't matter. Full hit.
There you go.
Okay, yeah. What the heck is going on with Marty? I guess there's questions. I'll ask him.
There might be questions on here that you can't really. Let me look at that. I'm trying to.
So
think.
I get to ask 3. What do you want me to do? Is the main one that I need to know.
Okay, yeah.
Is it just
what straightforward? Do you want me to do? I mean, he kind of told you what he wants you to do.
Yeah. Okay. Never.
There's no underlying.
Okay.
There's no hidden thing he wants you to do. He wants you to not rest it down.
Yeah,
right,
probably.
But like, there could be more to it, right? Like, do you want me to fail?
I think. Right? Yeah.
Sure, we can ask that question, right? What do you want me to do?
I'll ask that one first. What do you want me to
do? He wants you to pass.
Okay, he's helping me cheat. I'm going to ask, what do you intend to do?
What do you intend to do? See, that's a tricky one to answer in this circumstance.
Maybe what are you really planning instead?
What are you
really
planning?
Those are all the same answer, probably.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to.
I mean, because what I'm thinking is the answer is he's helping me cheat because he feels bad.
Look, let's just let me answer that question instead.
Yeah,
have that to be your second question, right? He's not trying to help you cheat,
but he is helping me.
Yes.
So this isn't cheating. How is this not cheating?
I guess maybe helping you isn't the right word.
Like, because I feel like Palladium pays enough attention to the rules of stuff like this that I would know whether or not he's allowed to do this.
Yeah, he's following the rules.
Okay, so in the rules, it's okay for an agent to help you in the test.
He is not helping you in the test in that same way. I think the disconnect is. This is just the third question, I guess, right?
Yeah.
The disconnect is he's not helping you cheat. He's not really helping you get ahead. He is participating in the test. He is supposed to say this.
Okay,
this is part of the test.
Part of the test. Okay.
Yes.
That's easy enough. Yep. Okay. I'm still like...
Yeah, sometimes when you roll and you try to ask questions, we just get sidetracked with what the actual answer is you need to know. We've always had this happen, but...
Yeah, I think that's one of the weaknesses.
Not a clean way around it,
pick some random super generic question and try and fit what you're actually trying to figure out into it.
Yeah.
I've never liked in any version of this game.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely put off by the fact that it's Marty, and I'm still confused and frustrated about everything that went down in the previous scene. But so he's telling me not to go after this.
Yep. Don't rescue that one. Leave that one behind.
Okay. So I say, is it a trick?
I think his response to you is trust your superior agent.
Okay, and I assume it's pretty straightforward to me that this is part of the, like, this is what I'm supposed to do as according to the, okay. Is there any chance that this is like a test where it's like, if I don't go after the civilian because my superior officer, I'm going to get negative points for morality or something?
That's exactly why this is part of the test.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, honestly,
it's for you to determine the answer to this question.
Mm-hmm.
When it seems like it's the right thing to do, there's no reason for you to not do it. You might literally end up being the reason someone else is dead, but your superior officer told you not to do it. What do you do?
This is a really good question because, what's going through Palladium's head right now is if Marty had said this before the tournament, no question about it. But now it's the whole thing. It's like, yes, if someone you trust is your superior officer and they say like, this is what I want you to do, you should listen to them. If you don't know whether or not you should trust your superior officer, then me as Caleb feels that morality could factor into it.
Well, as part of the test, the implication is that you would trust him, right? The people who put him in charge trust him. Right?
Yeah, but that's I'm trying to figure out how much of this is me as Caleb and what Palladium would actually believe at this moment.
Yep.
I don't think Palladium is as chaotic good as I am. He's a lawful goody two shoes. Okay.
But I mean, we definitely see a hesitation on Palladium,
yeah,
right?
for sure.
Like he's like, what's the right answer here?
I hesitate, and I think for now I will. This is something that I, with parenting that comes up a lot. It's like you should obey first, and then you can ask about what happened. Why did you let me do that or ask me to do that? If you disobey right away, you could be in danger. And so I obey.
Sure, but if disobeying kills somebody, then you can't be like, oh, by the way, why did they die?
But again, it's about trust, right? It's about trust. So I'm going to assume, okay, I should trust this guy. I'm going to obey. I'm going to leave. And then I'm going to ask, right? I'm not just going to blindly obey, but I will obey first, just in case, like, this is a trap and this is a villain and he knows it, but he needs me to act quickly. That's my assumption. So I'm going to leave the train. And when I'm a safe distance away, I say, Marty, is it safe to go in there? What's going on?
We have reason to believe that individual was not a real civilian, but a villain that might potentially cause you harm. Getting out of there reduces the risk to everybody that might still be on the train for whatever his, whatever, I think he says his or her power might be.
Okay, so then I say,
right now, the priority is to save the rest of the civilians.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We don't know what might happen, so for now, we leave it for the higher ups, or the what would be the word? We leave it for the hero, like the full ranking hero that will be arriving shortly.
Got it. Okay. Yep. I can accept that.
Do we all hear this?
Yes.
Okay. So you just want us to like hang out on a train with a villain? What's
well, we're all off the train now is the idea. So I was the one person who, that's what Connor described.
I was still on the train teleporting people. Did I miss something?
Yeah, Connor described at the beginning of the sequence.
You were teleporting back and forth, right?
No, I was teleporting them back and forth with Polar Shield. I was on the train.
Right, yes. But in order for you to teleport, you have to be on and off the train, right?
I go and I touch them. I replace them with Polar Shield. She flies back. I replace them with Polar Shield.
Yeah, so I think Marty says, Leftwing, as soon as the last civilian is off the train, your orders are to get off.
Okay,
let
so
the hero handle that one.
I thought that you described the beginning of this whole situation as there is no one left on the train except for this one duplicity clone, and I'm the only one there.
There's sections of train, right? So like on that section of train, the car. There you go.
Okay.
The car that you were in, there was one in the corner.
Train. Remember, the word train means multiple things. Train, like multiple in a train.
Cars. Yeah,
exactly. Okay, that makes sense. So I leave that. What part of the train is that car? In the maybe the middle, the back.
I mean, let's just say it's the last piece, and maybe then Palladium, you're just like, well, that's everybody. That's all.
So how about I back out to the car, the next one, and that's where Leftwing is, right? And he's like evacuating the last of the civilians. So I basically just tell him like. He heard it in the comm, so I just basically say, I say to Leftwing, we'll wait for this hero if they actually show up, and this is really part of the scenario. If they don't show up, whoever that is, the hero is going to be. You and me should go back in and make sure that that's not a villain.
They want us to leave, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes. Yeah.
I get the rest of the civilians and leave, but basically I tell you, Leftwing, like. If this is a real scenario, we would do this. We would obey this because then the hero would go in and check it out. If they don't show up, I'm like, you and me, we're going to go check this out.
But do you think it might not be part of the test?
No. I'm trying to treat this as a real scenario. Yeah,
right? Maybe Palladium gives you a wink, like nudges you, like we'll go check out that villain.
No,
later.
I'm completely serious about this because I'm treating it as it's real.
Well, yeah, but I think like Palladium's like we're in the moment, right? Like you gotta we're treating that like it's for real.
Yeah. Well, if this is all we got going on, we'll just keep an eye on the train and
I nod.
Yeah, sounds good.
That makes sense to me. Okay, cool.
All right, then Weightless whooshes into view, and it looks like he's going to smash the train.
And so he like clobbered Bastion, and Bastion's just like out of the count.
Well, he got hit, but then I assume Bastion would follow after. But we just haven't hit that yet.
Also, we've established Weightless is a bad guy in this scenario, right?
Correct. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, the hero showed up to. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, he's bad still, right?
Yeah.
All right,
You see Bastion flying after him.
I'd assume so.
Yeah.
But he got hit hard.
Cool.
So he's behind him.
Mm-hmm. I say, Bastion, how can you catch him in time?
Well, I mean, the bus is empty, isn't it?
The train, yeah.
No,
there's still one civilian in here, and we don't know 100% if it's a villain or not.
I mean, can't we just let him go into the train and then use the train to kind of imprison him?
Yeah, I mean, unless the person in there turns out to not be a villain, and then they're a pancake.
I don't think you guys have this opportunity to discuss it. I think Weightless is going to punch the train.
If he looks like he's about to flatten the train, I'll swap places with him.
There you go.
I'll get some distance from Palladium, and then, swap places.
Sure.
So, yeah, I guess I'll look over at Palladium, because I assume we're nearby each other, and be like, oh, yeah, good luck.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I think I say so. You're basically just playing defense and just like teleporting.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep him from destroying the train with the person in it until we know whether or not they're a bad guy.
Okay. I think I say in the comms, I'm like, Marty, is that here on
you? Okay, so let's set the scene here though too, right? There's the train track that's like elevated above the city, right? Like a
rail.
Like a rail, yeah. You guys were taught Left Wing and Palladium just came out of the last car, right? And Palladium, you said you went over to Left Wing in the second to last car, right? Mm-hmm. So here comes Weightless, about to punch second to last car, maybe the third to last car, right? Yeah. Left Wing's going to swap places with Weightless. So then Weightless will just punch a different car that you're standing next to, right? Because you're on the railing.
We left. Right? Oh, I mean, I didn't know we were suspended in the air. I thought we were like on the ground. So I thought he would just punch a hole in the ground.
So we're as far as I know, we're on an elevated rail.
Yeah.
That's like going around the city, right? Like
you ever played the Infamous?
Yeah. Or like Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. Or any of the Spider-Man games.
Okay, well, I mean, I'll just jump off the rail first and then swap places.
That's what I was imagining.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. All right, well, I say roll freak, right?
Then it's even funnier because I'm like, look, and then I just jump off.
Just jump off,
yeah.
Jump out the window.
And then I fail the roll and break my ankles.
Nope.
Never mind.
You never fail in this game?
Yeah, I won't fail in this game. Not unless you don't have the narrative weight to even accomplish anything. Then
right, yeah. That is kind of the weird thing about this game.
If we roll, we succeed.
Yeah. Basically succeed.
Basically, you decide whether or not we win by letting us roll or not.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, it's really fair game. All right, so you swap places with him. I think he's in the air, right? So I think maybe he goes to punch and the train isn't there and he punches underneath the train in the air, right? Then he just makes himself weightless, swings back up around with the wind, and I think maybe he reaches up and grabs onto the railing and pulls himself up.
He's flying? What's happening?
Yeah, he's changing his weight with the air currents.
He's becoming a leaf on the wind.
Yeah,
but leaves still fall down. I'm a little confused. All right, it doesn't matter. This is just a strong wind, I guess. All right.
I suppose that's true.
It doesn't matter.
There's a strong wind.
How about we say he grabs onto the pillar that's supporting?
Oh, there you go. He grabs onto the pillar and he
starts to climb up.
Climbing his way up. Better answer.
So Bastion was flying after him. What Bastion? What are you doing to come around and counter him? Because I assume you're still on weightless duty.
Well, David just swapped with him, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Now he's climbing up the rails. Or the pillar to climb up to the rails.
Does the pillar need to exist?
I mean, technically,
we described this as an elevated rail around the entire city. If you're going to take away one pillar, maybe not, but
well, think about this in terms of this is a test too, right? You guys have a class where you are told that property has a particular value, and
more than humans, apparently.
Not more than humans, but
no, that's what I got out of that.
Yeah, I know. I meant to retcon that a bit stronger, but I didn't. Not retcon, but have it be give more of an explanation of what he meant.
Yeah.
Clarify that a bit more than I did. But yeah, like property has a net value, and there's only a particular amount of risk you can take with things before you're taking too much property damage risk to try and save somebody, basically. Like there are easier, a superhero is a superhero, right? So there's multiple ways you can try and save somebody. One of those ways might put yourself more at risk. One of those ways might be destroying property to give you self the edge, right? So there's a certain weight and measure to, you can't just willy-nilly destroy property all the time. We have to make the heroes look like they're trying to protect the property as well as the people.
But we are ultimately utilitarians here. And it's just like whatever is the most good to the most people.
Yes.
So why is he trying to destroy the train if there's only one person on it?
He's the villain. He doesn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
He's here to cause carnage.
Okay. I mean, can I just arrest the one person on the train and then? I mean,
we were told to leave him alone.
Yeah, we were given orders.
You were told to leave him for the hero.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
If you don't do anything in the moment, I can do something.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, there's not really anything. I mean, to do that I can think of right now.
Okay, so I think I say, Marty, how I look down. I go to the window and look down off the edge of the train and see weightless, and I'm just like, Marty, how long we have until that hero shows up?
Marty says, 5 minutes.
And we still need to, and we're still,
maybe he says 2 minutes.
Okay, I say, and we're still not sure whether or not this guy's a citizen or a villain.
Correct.
All right, and then I jump out of the train and try to what's the word? I'm kicking him. There's some sort of name for like a double kick down, but whatever that move is. Drop kick. You're not drop kick because I'm not going sideways. I'm not horizontaling. Not going horizontal. I'm just like I'm imagining. I just watched Avatar today. I'm imagining what the boulder does, where he pulls his legs up and just goes down with his knees, like But I'm just right. I'm basically just doing
turns this to like a wrestling star.
Pile drive is I guess the closest. I not pile drive because I'm doing it.
I think the term you're looking for is bury him in a rock hole.
Yeah, there you go.
Basically, I'm going to jump off the train and slam feet first into his head.
Right.
There you go. Yeah.
Flying down. So, I'm assuming that this is more than a shield.
When
you directly engage a threat by heading directly into danger without regard for your own safety, I feel like this is pretty clearly more than a shield.
Man, I can never get over this one. I swear, it's like every time
I'm jumping off a train to a much more powerful villain than me without any regard for my own safety.
Isn't actually trying to kill you.
Not in the scenario that we're in.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, well, I'm gonna let it be. Yeah, go for it.
Okay,
I'm gonna say. I made Bastion. I made Bastion roll at a -3, and then he was told to turn off hard mode. So you're going to be rolling at a -1.
Okay. So right before I do this, I do affirm my secret identity, and we've been seeing a lot from this test so far of Palladium as John, just kind of assessing the situation and like staying back and whatnot. But now my helmet comes like fully down, and my eyes glow, and powered up power armor mode is activated. I probably right before I jump, I probably just like suck out whatever remains of the electricity from the train, like some sort of exposed wire from the a panel has fallen loose from the car, the wall of the car or whatever, and then I just grab the exposed wire and then I'm glowing blue and my eyes are glowing blue and then I just jump down. Okay, here we go. -1. I'm gonna switch this
Super
around.
Saiyan.
All right, so
Palladium's hair turns yellow and then blue. as he yells.
Very good.
I think it has to turn red in between there first. Right, Jared?
Oh, does it?
Yellow, red, then blue?
Oh, no. How? Yeah. Double ones.
Oh, no, Snake Eyes.
Oh, your condition. Insecure.
That's
it would no. So I'm not really
double
to defend,
ones
though.
With.
I am afraid, though. So it's directly engaging a threat. Yeah.
It wouldn't matter.
Even if you hit. Yeah. Double ones with even a +3.
That's true.
Whatever you do, it has to be way more embarrassing than what happened to Bash.
Actually, double ones with a +4 is still a failure.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, I think that's why they have +4 is the maximum, so that you can still
in which case, on a miss, your focused attack leaves someone in grave danger. The GM will tell you what it takes to keep them safe.
Oof. Okay.
What happens?
Well, I'm going to say a couple of things happen. yeah. I'm going to say a couple of things happen.
I land on the pillar and stuff.
I think you're going feet first towards weightless, right? I think what happens is he does one of these where he pulls back, you fly past him, and he reaches out his hand and he grabs your foot as you slide past him, right?
No. That would rip your leg out.
And he goes,
and then we pause briefly, and we hear Palladium's thought process, and I say, "I'm in danger."
yeah. We hit in a close up to your face, moving, and then you stop moving.
Oh no.
That's so funny because literally my internet just had a hiccup right at that exact moment where you said, and then he pauses. I was like, wait, what? How did he stop that still?
David is so good at freezing.
Yeah, I was like, even Caleb's screen stopped. What happened? Even Jared's screen stopped. No, I was kidding. So yeah, he grabs his foot. And I think he you hear pull her shield. Pulling herself, she's pulling herself towards you, and I think Palladium, you realize how did pull her shield get here? I didn't accept a pull request. How did I just not notice? And she's coming after you, and I think she has her dual shields, right? And she's like, Palladium, Weightless turns and looks at her, and then just grabs you and literally just throws you at pull her shield.
So I'm assuming that she was pulling on left wing, right? And then when Weightless, I don't know what happened.
No, she's pulling herself towards one of you. Yeah, she's upgraded.
But who else? Oh,
and I don't know if she quite realizes it yet.
Ask permission anymore.
I haven't decided if she quite realizes it yet or just discovering it. That she's gotten better at her being able to pull herself towards people. That she's just being able to do it now.
All right, cool.
So anyway, so I think it's kind of like an Iron Man moment where one of your foot jets isn't working, right? It's kind of like that. He throws you at her, but you can't balance yourself enough to stop yourself. So something.
I imagine I'm just flipping end over end, feet head.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Were you answering me?
What were you saying, Jared?
Oh, actually, I rolled to save him.
Oh yeah. Well, so technically I guess they're both in danger, right? But Polar Shield is technically the one in grave danger since Palladium's wearing armor, right? As part of the failure of the roll. Polar Shield's the one in grave danger.
It just said, Connor, the GM will tell you what it takes to keep them safe.
I have to make up the solution too.
Yeah.
The problem and the solution.
Yeah. Just write the story, man. We'll go home. And
yeah, everybody signed off. Let me finish up from here. I got a couple hours left to kill. What do you think?
This is Mistborn all over again.
Hey, I don't even want to hear you say it. Get out of here with that nonsense. I won't admit that I was railroading into season 2 for Mistborn.
We didn't record that.
Yeah, to roast me.
It's true. It's lost to the mists of time. No one will ever know how much you've railroaded us in that game.
The mists of time. Okay, so
the most contentious role we've had in the history of RPG.
Are you sure that wasn't that one with the helicopter pilot?
Oh man,
where we kept having to stack bonuses.
That's a close second, I think.
I think one of them needs to not be in the way of the other in order for Polar Shield to not be in grave danger, right? Like they're going to collide, and it's going to be really bad for Polar Shield because Polar Shield's pulling herself towards Palladium, right?
Didn't they just tell this guy not to murder anybody?
Yeah, I was told to turn off hard mode.
Yeah, so he was like, okay, cool. Let me see. What's the next extreme mode? All right.
Let me just whip this. Yeah.
He changed the labels on the dials. So hard mode is actually the highest one.
Yeah.
Or sorry, hard mode is the...
To be fair, I mean, since this was a -1 roll instead of a -3 roll, you could theoretically propose that he was expecting Palladium to just gate control, right? And
he did try not to make it hard.
Instead of breaking Palladium's leg, he was like, "Well, let me just throw him that Polar Shield. They'll stop each other, you know. Like they'll figure it out. Let me throw him towards her."
Forgetting that Polar Shield is currently pulling herself to me faster than I'm flying at her.
Yeah.
If no one does something, I'm gonna roll defense to try to make like a kind of like what I did with the golf ball, the human golf ball, and just make like a cushion of carbon sand for them to like just gently glide into.
The golf ball.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not sure what
Remember
you
when
remember.
he sealed himself in the shell and he like cushioned it with a bunch of like carbon sand.
Right. That was during the the tournament, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
During the tournament
with the
when
ball.
He came in
You're holding onto the balls, and he put everybody in a big carbon ball and launched them all.
No, I don't remember that.
But he launched himself.
Oh, yes, I do remember that. Yes.
Oh, I thought it was everybody. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay.
That's when we were all in like the final room trying to get past the golem dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was. Right. Yeah, I was thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just make like a cushion for them.
I don't know. I feel like
into.
It's basically like an airbag.
I'm gonna say just -1. I feel like this takes some precision. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, this is pretty ballsy.
Well, this doesn't seem like a precise solution, but it does require some precision.
Pretend this. I wasn't too lazy to enter -1. It's an 11.
Okay, so which person does it grab? Polar Shield, I assume.
Well, no, it's not like a grab. It's just kind of like, I mean, they're going in a straight line towards each other because
it's between the two of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're both gonna run into it instead of each other.
It's like a gentle cushion.
Oh,
like a duff pillow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I wasn't trying to encapsulate one of them into a ball.
Oh, that's what I thought. I thought throwing like a Pac-Man ball at them, and it was going to like close around them and protect them as they kept rolling.
That was his cushioning technique when he did the ball thing. Now he's just doing the cushioning technique. I
don't know. This doesn't feel. I mean, would carbon dust actually cushion people enough to not like?
I mean, it's sand. If you fall into sand, it's much better than landing on concrete.
Yeah, I guess the idea he's just trying to make sand made out of carbon.
He can also telekinetically make it have more air, like have give to it where you couldn't otherwise, right?
Yeah,
like if you just pile sand on the ground,
like if someone's water bending water towards them as they land in the water to produce some of the momentum. So it falls
like he can have the first layers be aerated and then the less so as it goes on, so that they hit it, don't have a full stop, and they slowly, because all he needs to do is slow down their impact. But I mean, that would be really hard.
Okay, yep. I mean, you succeed the roll, so even if physics doesn't match up, it just happens, right? I'm just kidding, but yeah, you save them both, right? I think the next thing that happens is Weightless gets to the top of the train, and I think he's about to he picks up his leg and he's just gonna like front thrust kick it off.
I'm still up there because I saw places with him when he was about to punch it. So I just jump off and switch places with him again. Like, I can do this all day.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Roll just a flat roll. I don't think that's harder or less hard than any other teleporting you've ever done.
Yeah.
Okay. So 7 to 9. So you either take a condition or I tell you how it's. unstable or temporary.
It's temporary because he's just going to climb back.
Yeah, we already know it's temporary.
Let's say that unstable or temporary thing is you can't keep doing this all day, in the sense that if you switch places with him, you end up actually falling backwards and you're not able to switch back with, like, you lose your footing on the railroad tracks and you fall off. So now you have to like, and we'll just say, since it's not technically a consequence, we'll just say that you like teleport with something on the ground.
Yeah, maybe he sees that.
That way you can't actually keep.
Yeah. Maybe he sees
he sees through
jumps off.
Yeah.
He jumps off.
Yes. Yeah.
So he's seen through.
I like that idea. Yeah.
All right.
I mean, honestly, he might not have even needed to see that you were about to do it again. He just knows. He's your teacher. He's like, Leftwing's just going to do this again. I'm going to pretend that he does a really obvious, like about to kick this, and then jumps backward. Yeah. I'm going to kick the train. Somebody better teleport me. Okay, I like that answer.
So yeah, I guess I'll swap something. I think it's more interesting this way anyways. I'll swap with something on the train tracks, so now we're on it together, right? Like he presumably climbs back up, but I have time to get ready for him. You know, like basically I think it's cooler if we're both on the train tracks together, but I've stopped him from destroying the train, right?
Okay, yeah. So that leads perfectly into what happens next.
Great.
What happens next is you hear behind you another train coming on the tracks.
Great.
And it's about to run into this one. I think the front of this train is hanging off, right? But Palladium stabilized it. But now another train is coming from behind.
Is there anywhere for the train to... Can the train that's coming reach us? There's no break in the rail, right? It just derailed.
There's another train coming?
Yes.
This is real quick. How did they do this?
Islanded in sand, or carbon sand. Is that what we decided?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got saved by carbon sand.
Okay, so I'm like on the ground below the train.
Well, it was between you and you collided, but he probably like manipulated it down, right? I would assume.
Yes, it had to slide down. Yeah.
And since you rolled a 2, you got sand in your britches.
Oh, it gets everywhere. I hate sand. Coarse and rough.
I hate carbon sand. It's so coarse and rough.
It gets everywhere.
Oh, yeah, that's good stuff.
The worst.
I got out of that scot-free, not taking any more conditions or anything.
Yeah, you protect. I mean, you would have if you'd have failed his protection roll, probably.
All right, make sure. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I thought about just making you take a condition right away, but I was like, nah, we'll just, because there was an actual consequence of the roll, right? If Bastion would have failed, it would have been bad for her and you, right?
Yeah,
up the stakes.
So I just kind of escalated the consequences until there were no consequences.
Okay, so I'm on the ground. Where is Bastion? Like, Left Wing is on the train now?
Yeah, I'm on the train.
You're on the tracks.
Yeah,
we haven't decided where Bastion is.
Yeah,
Bastion was flying towards Weightless, ended up saving Polar Shield and Palladium, and now
somewhere in the ethers.
So I think he's actually in the sanctuary.
He just shows up.
I'm controlling a carbon puppet that looks exactly like me.
Oh, and a note: the other people that are part of your test is Polar Shield, emoticon.
Yeah, what is emoticon and Flutter doing? They just
Flutter. That's the other person. Yeah, they were getting the last of the people down at. They were getting the last of the people down at the fence area. So I would say
it's
Polar
been
Shield came over, right? So I think it's safe to say
trying to mess something up.
I hate group homework.
Let's say emoticon and Flutter are coming up too.
Yeah, so I would like to say that like I'm on the ground and I see emoticon and Flutter start to head over. And where's Weightless now?
Weightless is just on the train tracks with Left Wing. They're probably squaring down, right?
Okay.
Like they're having a moment of
there's a train
Weightless
coming,
is looking at Left Wing, and then there's a train coming. So maybe we get a shot of Left Wing and like looking behind his shoulder, and then looks back at Weightless, and Weightless like puts up an eyebrow, like, what are you gonna do?
Okay, so this is probably the moment where I want to like take a look at everything and make some decisions as a leader and see if people can will follow what I'm saying. It's because Emoticon and Flutter are coming up, and I'm worried that Emoticon is just going to go off and do something crazy, and we have a lot of problems that we need to deal with very quickly here. So I want to like assess the situation and then like make some quick calls.
Okay. Is this a 1-lane railroad?
Yes.
What?
Well, no, no. Actually, it'd have to be a 2-way. Yeah, so maybe let's describe it like this.
Okay.
Let's describe it like the rails.
It could just be
that like it
goes around one.
Maybe
it just goes around.
I mean, there'd have to be at least 2 rails.
Not necessarily.
Well, no, if it's a circuit that only goes one way, it would have probably separate trams, but this one could be on.
I think that's a. Yeah. I like that answer. There's 2 rails, right? One going forth, one going back. But the problem isn't that you can just move it from one track to the other. The problem is also the track is destroyed at a certain point in time.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I was wondering about that. So that other train
that's what I was assuming.
Get here, right? It'll fall at some point.
Yes.
First.
No, I think what I was thinking.
The front of the train is front of the train. Off. The back of the train is on the track,
and you're on the back of the train
to hit the back,
and the train is coming towards you guys from the back.
But there's nothing wrong with the track.
Not where you are right now.
Not where you are right now. Towards the front of the train, the railroad track was destroyed, and the train was hanging off. It still is hanging off there.
Right.
Plating stabilized it. So
I was imagining that this. I was imagining that this rail, it's like has maybe 2 trains that go around in a circle in a city at different times. This one is now catching up to this one, and they should not be here because this one usually has gone on ahead of it, right?
The road, yeah.
Okay,
but I'm fine with there being two tracks as well. I guess I can see it either way, but I think it's more just dramatic. More interesting, more dramatic. If there's 2 tracks or one track.
If there's only one rail.
That wouldn't make sense. That would never happen in real life.
That's not true.
Having 2 trains colliding, 2 passenger trains colliding at each other at high speed.
If you have a tram system in a city, they have multiple trams running the same route, the same direction at different times.
This one has been stopped for minutes, right?
Oh, it's coming. Okay, it's coming to hit the back.
So, yes.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Not head to head.
Yeah, to be fair, I also thought it was coming
here's the
from
track.
the front.
I always knew what was going on.
Here's the track. Hold up. Here's the track. Elbow is gone. That's empty space. Here's the train. Came and hanging off right here, right? Other train is now coming this way and is going to hit the butt of this train, and bad things will happen.
So one thing I am
I'd love to see whatever you're drawing, but
he's doing it on his Zoom. It's fine, whatever. Don't give Jared any more time.
Jared has our test for the podcast version.
Yeah.
Whoa! Palladium failed his roll.
I know. So real quick,
hold up. Here's the answer.
Quick. I had a question.
The answer to your situation is that there is only one track.
Yeah. So
you don't realize that there are 2 tracks.
Yes, there are 2 tracks.
Yeah.
No. The one question that I think can change this is why wouldn't the imaginary conductor of this train just pull the brake before they
it's broken
close
obviously, conveniently?
You don't know. That's not a part of the test. You don't get to know.
So this train is just
you failed your superior
barreling onward, and we don't know why it's not trying to brake or whatever. Okay, all right, just making sure. Okay, yeah. So I failed. Maybe it's just that.
Yes,
you decide what happens. What do I know? What do I not know? I was trying to assess the situation and failed.
Is the broken train?
I certainly don't know.
Just how scuffed is the broken train?
He's asking if he destroyed the train, how much he would be blamed for the destruction.
No. Would I lose points for destroying the already broken train?
I can't answer that question, right? Because that's part of the test, right? Is to see what you do.
I'm gonna just try to telekinetically.
Well, what I don't want to happen is for
lift it
everybody
off
to just
with a
roll to
tool.
assess the situation, as if everybody can just stand there and do nothing.
I
and
have
not
an answer.
to, like, react.
Trains
Like
are made out of metal,
Palladium
right?
did, right? But
Trains are made out of metal,
Yeah.
right? You can lift this train, Bastion.
Yeah, it's probably not a super high carbon content, but it's probably.
Well, you could just use carbon to lift it, whatever.
Okay.
How much?
I think it'll take more than that.
Specialize in carbonless trains.
Well, no, but I just think it's like, okay, think of like a log, right?
No.
And you're trying to lift the log, but you can only lift it by its bark telekinetically.
Yeah.
I mean, the bark covers it. That's great.
But bark kind of just like
you see what I mean?
Falls off. Metal doesn't.
But the log is going 100 miles an hour this way on a railroad track.
No,
right?
I'm moving the broken one.
Yes,
the one that's stationary.
the destroyed train.
Like, lifting it up, moving it off, and just like setting it on the sidewalk is
Well, so Left Wing is going to ask Bastion to put it on the other track. So I lean down before I get my head pounded off.
There's only one track.
Yeah. Sorry, on the not broken part. The not broken part. So yeah, Left Wing, before he gets his head pummeled off, leans down to Bastion. He's like, Can you get this train on that side of the tracks, please?
As soon as you start talking, weightless guns for you, right?
Yeah.
So what happened with my role?
Well, we haven't decided that yet, right?
Okay.
I think what would be interesting, is if Palladium has an answer, but it's the wrong answer.
Sure.
And Palladium tells everybody what the wrong answer is.
No. Okay, never mind. Don't do that, Bastion. Palladium has a better idea.
Yeah, but I don't know what would be a bad idea necessarily. I think it would just be
punch it. You know what would be a really bad idea? You jump in front of the train. You put
like Spider-Man
a stretchy substance that way, and then another stretchy substance that way, and then you hold on to them. And then when the train gets to the edge of the stretchiness of that fabric, it just either rips or destroys the concrete you attach it to, and nothing happens, and you all die.
That's the exact reason he killed Bubblegum, so we wouldn't have that scene.
Yes, exactly.
I knew if we didn't kill Bubblegum, we would have that scene at some point. I had to stop it at all costs.
If that happened, the scene would just be her arms ripping out of her sockets. And
I don't know what you guys are talking about. That was one of the coolest scenes ever, and you're just jealous.
Dude, most realistic action sequence in the world. Right before Pirates of the Caribbean 2, where they're sword fighting in that spinning wheel that like goes across the island.
Rule of cool, man. It doesn't matter. It's just cool.
Yes,
honestly, more believable than the Spider-Man scene. Yeah.
Anyway, so
I'm wondering personally that like maybe Palladium. I'm standing at the bottom here and just trying to assess the situation, and things just happen too quickly.
I was actually just going to suggest that. Yeah. Like you don't.
I start to say something,
enough,
and then it's just like
it's too late. Yeah. So, but I think as part of that, I don't think Left Wing should be like, "Hey, this is the plan." I think Left Wing should lean over to try and say something's the plan, and Palladium says, "All right, guys, I think I have a plan," and then it's too late, right?
I mean,
by the time I've said those words,
said.
Oh, I didn't hear you, Bastion.
Oh, he's going to telekinetically lift up the stationary train. He's going to do that regardless of what Palladium said.
What he's told to do. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to say for sure, if you're the only person doing that, it's you're not able to, one, do it fast enough, or two, there's enough carbon on it.
I'm gonna yell for Flutter to help me Connor, make like a stiff breeze underneath it.
Connor,
there you go.
Connor, what you need to do is you need to make a GM move. Like something needs to happen here that none of us can stop.
It sounds like that happened.
Yeah, well, so you're saying it's too fast, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the answer. It's too fast to react to. So I think Bastion, what you are about to do, like Palladium is like, "Hey guys, I have a plan," and you're like, "Oh, okay, the plan." And then I think the train. Oh man, does the train just hit it?
I love the idea that, like, for whatever reason, the way the train, like the rail is, this train is coming around a corner, or maybe out of a tunnel. Let's say that out of a tunnel.
Yeah.
So it's by the time it's visible, it is so close to the other
how is
train.
There a raised tunnel in the middle of the city?
It's like some sort of like station.
It comes around a skyscraper.
I don't think it matters. I think the point is you didn't notice it before,
Sure.
And you're noticing it now. Maybe it was stationary, like behind some buildings, and they just fired it up because this is part of the test, right? I think, but here's I think that what happens as part of the Palladium's failure, right? Is he says, "Hey, let's do this," and everybody's like, "Okay, yeah, what's the plan?" And I think it just crashes into the old train. I think you now have to react to, how do we stop?
Sure.
Like how do we minimize the damage here?
Well, so I have a way to stop that, but so can I communicate with Jared and see if he can make a difficult roll before it? Because I'm just going to swap the trains, right? My hope was that I could get the train somewhere where swapping it wouldn't just destroy it anyways, but we don't have time for that now. So now my only thought is I can swap the trains before it gets to the gap and hope Bastion can fix the gap before it gets there.
Yeah.
Okay, I love
that. Seems like a thing that can.
Idea.
Yeah.
Let's. I think. I want Leftwing to do something first, though. I want you to roll to protect yourself from weightless. Yeah. I don't know. It's not going to be defend because you don't have a way to really defend yourself, right? I think you can try and teleport or something, right?
Danger.
Oh yeah, if you want to directly engage a threat, right? Go ahead with him.
I love the idea that I think maybe I'm misunderstanding part of the blocking here, but like I love the idea that like Leftwing reaches out a hand and the minute it hits the back of the train hits his hand, he tries to boom to teleport them.
I'm not gonna hit the moving train. That would be a bad idea.
But like I'm not sure. I guess you could. That's true. You could just reach behind you and touch the other train. Yeah,
I would touch the stationary train and not.
It's way cooler if you have time to touch the.
Leftwing rolls a superior roll and he fails it. He's like, "Let me touch the moving train."
My arm just flies off. I'm like, oh. It's faster than I thought.
I swear, guys, I thought that would work.
That worked so much better in my head. I think I need to know.
I think I need to see a doctor, please. Scab can fix this up, no problem.
I was gonna say, where's Scabs? Just stick that back on there, please. All right. What were we doing? Right. Okay. So I'm fighting.
So I think if you were going to directly engage a threat, I feel like you have less narrative weight. I
would argue I have more because I've been training with him specifically to do hand-to-hand combat. I have probably more experience fist fighting weightless than anybody.
All right. I'll give it to you. Yeah. I'm just thinking in terms of like Bastion has carbon that he can use to like armor himself and buffer himself, right? And attack at range. Palladium has literal alien armor, and then Leftwing has a taser.
Well, yeah, but I can also steal his power.
Okay, yeah, you could steal his power, yeah, but that would be a different role, right?
Well, sure. I guess I just figured that would be part of the narrative of how I'm fighting him, right? Because the intention of stealing his power there isn't to like do anything other than to help me fight him.
That's true. Yeah, you would let go of it immediately, and it wouldn't have a lasting narrative effect without a role.
It's just letting me hit him.
All right. Yeah, I like that answer. Yeah, go ahead. Right. Yeah,
but I assume there's still a penalty involved. Right?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. He turned off hard mode.
Yeah. Ugh. Team.
My dudes.
Maybe Emoticon can finally show up and do something.
We are really not doing great today.
Whoa, my dudes. Okay. So Leftwing.
I've only failed anything. I
think.
I'm gonna. Can I spend a team to have Emoticon show up and do something?
Hey, I got it.
Yeah, I would love that answer. Yeah. Roll. Or not roll. Yeah, you'd spend the team, right?
Guys, it's all been worth it. I got an advancement.
Nice. We don't get advancements if we stop the roll from failing, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
If it changes to a 7, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. I feel like keeping my skull attached, so I'll spend a team on whoever you think would be cool to have. I feel like Emoticon would be the most interesting if you think.
I think so. Me. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think Emoticon is the most interesting answer here.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if he would do anything or if he'd wait for me to get clobbered and then do something.
Yeah, well, so I think like how Leftwing, how would you react? Like I think Weightless comes into you to like punch you, right? Are you just too slow in reacting because you're trying to touch the train at the same time?
Yeah, I am super distracted. Try? Like I think what happens is I turn and I'm like, I realize that whatever it was that Bastion or Palladium wanted to do, we don't have time. So I turn to Bastion and I just scream like, fix the track. And then I like put my hand on the train. Yeah. And I'm like basically ignoring him at this point.
Yeah.
Right?
You're like, we just have to do it.
Yeah, like I don't have time to worry about it.
maybe Leftwing thinks like, if this train hits this anyway, I'm also just dead, right? Like,
right, like there's actually real danger involved to everybody here right now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I think Weightless just comes in like he's just full macho man. Hopefully they fix this. He's just about to punch you through the head, right? Like he's just coming after you. And,
he's great.
I think what happens is Emoticon is like flying up out of nowhere, and anger pops into his chest, and he goes, "Arr!" and he shoots an ice blast, and it hits Weightless's fist. It like slams into the train that you're about to change and teleport. And maybe his arm like even goes through the. Well, no, I think I like it better that he like freezes his arm to the train.
Ah, nice. Okay, and I guess there are things we have to do here. So, because technically, we have to resolve the move.
When you directly engage a threat,
so I can pick one.
Yeah. So I would say I assume you're choosing resist or avoid their blows, right? And this is you trading blows, right? Because you trade blows regardless. On a hit, you trade blows.
Yeah.
This is you resisting or avoiding their blows using Emoticon Cell.
Yeah. So I guess the blow that we deal to him is freezing him to the thing, right?
Yeah.
I guess the question is, do I need anything here to justify teleporting the train now, or is that good enough? Because if that's the case,
I would say you got to roll freak to teleport.
Well, right. But I mean, can I do that now, or do I have to pick something here to allow me to do that?
Oh, no. I would say now you can roll to do that.
Okay. Then I'll resist or avoid their blows, not get pummeled to death. I think
this freak roll is absolutely a -3. Holy cow.
Scale
this is on such a crazy scale, though, right?
Yeah, but that's never really like. I think I was even considering going back to the conversation he had with the powers guy. That was like, analyzing his power, and he kind of implied,
doesn't matter. It's what you do with it that counts.
Well, right, but also the thing that is most important to Leftwing's power is his perception of it. And that guy told him that there was basically no real restriction, right? He thought the restriction was things of similar size, and that guy was like, "There isn't really one." And he was like, "That doesn't make sense." So I think, at least in Leftwing's mind, he's like, I should be able to do this. Not only are they like the same size, but I mean, in theory, as long as I think I can do it again, that's sort of the plan. So like, I actually don't know. Like the one's moving very quickly. It's it's multi-segmented, right? Like I'm fine with it being difficult.
But yeah. All right, you've convinced me -2. I still think this is super difficult.
Yeah, I mean, and there does need to be some level of scale. Yeah. Otherwise, you'd be like, okay, continent, ugh,
right?
Yeah. Like, yeah. Oh, what? How?
Incredible! 5 and a 6.
Sick.
It literally wouldn't have mattered if it was a -4.
Wild. Because I had a +3. Yeah, so I still got a +1 to it.
All right. Is there time for one last panic roll that will make the situation worse?
Yes.
I'm gonna make a ramp.
What? A ramp for which one?
The moving one. Last thing I yelled was, "Can you fix the track?" I'm hoping you could just plug the hole, and then this train can go on that. It'd go. You know what I mean?
Oh, you passed. I thought the noise you made was a miss.
No. So the first one wasn't, then I fixed
full hit.
It. And then
the noise Connor made me think it was a miss. We need to say this because the podcast viewers are be like, "Oh, that's true. You failed."
Yeah. Well, he did go on to say,
noise.
He said I wouldn't have failed even with a -4. But but yeah. So basically, I guess I should narrate what happens. I think I look at Emoticon like, was sort of a dazed look because I almost got punched in the face and he stopped it. So I give him like a nod or something. And then, I hit the train, which now has our opponent attached to it. So that's convenient. And then I swap it with the oncoming train, which
what happens to your hand when it keeps moving after you swap it, right?
Yeah, as I say, I suppose that means I'm now touching a moving train.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't
know. What are the physics of that?
Yeah, I have to imagine... Well, I mean, we don't know because they're instantaneously transitioning places, and that's not a physical thing that can happen. Theoretically, what would happen is they would change places, and we would all die because the amount of air that's been dispersed from a thing instantaneously moving, the speed instant is technically infinite energy. So the air would travel with an infinite amount of speed in every direction. We would all turn into
let's just say the answer is there is a explosion, quote unquote, of air. and instead of your hand now touching a moving train and your hand
like puffs back a
blown
little
off.
bit.
Yeah, you push back a little bit, right? And maybe you like fall off the train even, but just like you succeed the roll,
pushes me
and
back.
You just
When in my head, that was why I imagined they had to be similar sizes, similar mass, because the idea was they are not displacing air; they're displacing each other. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But the power obviously has some magical way of mitigating that. But I've never teleported anything that's big before.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a thing. That actually would be cool. Like I don't know how to mitigate this. So it's just like a clap and I fly off the.
Okay, dude. I set this up like over a month ago as like this being like the part of the test. Yeah. I never once thought, let's just teleport to a train station. Like, what? That's such a great answer.
I love it.
Oh, wow.
That's the nice thing about having only one trick is there isn't a question of what else can I do. It's how can I make this trick work? I can't do anything else.
I think what happens to Weightless too is he's like he gets blown off, but he's like his arm is still like frozen as he's falling. And I think Flutter just comes and grabs you. And maybe Emoticon just pops Tappy back in his chest and keeps going, right? And Weightless has a hard time with his fall, probably is what happens there. But that happens.
He has his power now, so he can probably make himself lighter. And he'll get dragged down by his arm, but
so that happens off screen. Have to deal with the physics of that. But Flutter comes in and like rescues you, even though he didn't need to be rescued, but like that's just part of the scene to bring it all together, right?
How dare you open the door for me, Flutter?
Yeah. I'm a strong, independent hero or specialist sidekick.
We're the SS.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a front kick. Excuse you.
Can I say I'm going to derail us for just a second here. I was listening back to the last episode when Shorty was like having his meltdown moment and Palladium was like, "You are a hero. Like you saved the day." You know what I thought of? What I should have said? I should have said, Marty whispers in your ear and says, "Sidekick,
specialist sidekick." Yeah. Or whatever.
Man. Okay, sorry. So
what it is, Connor,
right,
what it is actually is that during that scene you can see Marty in the background of the shot, and if you're paying very closely attention, you can see his lips move, right? You just see his
sidekick.
Right.
So Bastian, it's up to you, right? The train is moving 100 miles an hour. That would be the thing, right? Can you fix the tracks in time? So I would say -1.
It sounded like you said the train was moving 1,000 miles per hour. I don't think that's right.
100. I said 100.
100. Okay.
I don't think
that's right either.
Move that fast.
I assumed he was just being.
Okay. Yeah. Well, being hyperbolic. It's moving at the speed that a metro city train
speed
moves.
Of train.
Yeah, speed of train. That's correct. Yes.
-1, you said?
Yeah, -1.
The speed of -1.
Speed of obstacle.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It should probably be.
Oh my gosh.
I was just about to say it should probably be at -2. Like at double ones twice.
Is there any way? Is there any way that I can save this? What happens
we don't
here?
Have any team?
No. I mean, like after the fact. Like, what does the GM move here? How does this end? Is there any way I can salvage it with another thing that I do after this?
You know what? I don't want to spend too much more time on this. Because like you each have gotten to do another thing, right? Palladium, you failed the superior roll. Leftwing, you technically made 2 rolls, but you were trying to do the same thing, right? Now Bastian comes in and tries to roll and he fails. So rather than like start round robin again,
but I wanted to catch the train. Can I please catch the train?
Yes.
That would be so cool. Like this is the 100% like the thing that my character was built for. We foreshadowed this from the first session of Palladium.
Very first session. You stopped the bus from falling. Okay, now it's a full circle. All right. You've convinced me.
But tell me how the GM move happens here that makes it really bad.
I mean, the train goes off. Like the train is like there's a gap, right? Here's the railroad tracks. The train is moving full speed. The other one stopped in place and they positioned it over a little bit. Like that's not actually how it would have happened, right?
Yeah.
This one is, you know what I mean? So, I think it like I think Bastian is trying to make the pieces, right? But I just don't think he's fast enough. He's moving the pieces, and he moves pieces in place, and the train just goes through them, right? It just didn't have the rail pushed up enough in time, so it just crumbles it as he's trying to telekinetic it, and it just dive bombs, right?
Okay. Is it full of duplicity clones? Like, do we see from the window? Like,
I'm gonna say it's not full of duplicity clones. Okay, but you're supposed to assume it is full of duplicity clones, right?
Why wouldn't it have people on it?
Yeah, but they didn't. I just feel like it's infeasible for them to have done that.
Okay, so do I need to make a roll to get there in time? Am I just not there by default here? I'm not actually in range.
I think you were staring at this like a deer looks at oncoming tracks, right, or oncoming car. Like
that's true. I guess I could be in there.
You were just watching this happening, right?
But where am I on the ground?
I would say you're just on the ground, like
in the gap.
In the gap. Well, maybe I don't think you'd be in the gap. You'd probably be not in the gap.
Okay, so I think I probably need to make a freak roll first, right? I need to make a freak roll to get there in time.
All right. Sure, you sold me on that.
Right? Like, because otherwise my savior is to defend someone. I can't defend them if I'm not there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I think I want to do, I think if I do this correctly, this will be a really cool like power upgrade moment for Palladium.
Okay.
He's going to really like lean into, he hasn't done a lot of the kind of Green Lantern stuff that Vulcan does. He doesn't really know how to control the energy as much as Vulcan does. He kind of just uses it to power himself most of the time. But I think that especially given the like absorbing the bomb and his armor growing sentient, I basically just like, this is going to be a moment where I try to push that. And so I think I say to the armor, I'm just like, we need to get there now. Can you help me do that?
Mm-hmm.
And my goal here is just going to be like instant teleport flash sort of thing like Vulcan has done in the past, where it's just like energy, right?
Well, I don't think that's necessarily possible though, right? Because how Vulcan's power works is his I think it makes sense for him to be able to do that with his volcanic energy, right? Like his alien volcanic energy.
Okay, so right now I'm powered up with electricity.
That's maybe not like what's the thing you can actually do, right?
What's the closest version of that I can get to if I'm powered up with electricity right now? Is there like an exposed wire in the ground or something?
They're electrified, right?
Yeah. Maybe you like anchor yourself to the rails. Well, you'd have to be up on the rails in order to like ride them that way, right?
Well, yeah, but you can kind of fly. That's not a new thing.
Yeah,
but I guess the whole point is that we have no time, right?
Yeah. What do you think is the solution here for like how can I get there fast?
I just don't want to like break the meta of the difference between you and Vulcan. Yeah. That's why I was thinking maybe not flashing,
because it could just be being fast,
and it would be inappropriate.
I'm just like I'm like sprinting there with the speed of a lightning bolt or whatever.
I'm trying to think through. Like I'm trying to think of a cool way that makes sense, right?
My only other thought is like, if there is like, maybe there could be a piece of rail on the ground that I just ride Infamous style, down. But I'm on the ground right now. I'm not really riding the rails above, and it would be kind of
the rail's broken, right? Maybe there's like a metal. I mean, I don't know if it works that way if the rail's not attached.
Yeah, that was one thought. My other thought, which would be kind of a crazy upgrade, would be I go through some like electric cabling on beneath the road and appear above, like do some straight up like through the wire stuff. But that's pretty crazy. Mm-hmm. Either way, this is gonna be a freak roll. I'm curious how far you'll let me push this or where we want to go with this.
Yeah.
Is it just like there's a crack of thunder and a flash, and then
that's probably the way it goes, right? I mean, with electricity, you could potentially make an electromagnetic field.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you like magnetize yourself to the train.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's true. Pull myself like
Polar Shield style. I think. Yeah.
That's actually that's not half bad, because I could just be like I'm learning from my friends too, right? Like maybe we flash back for a moment and I'm talking to Polar Shield at some point during like after class or something, and I basically just like, so I had a thought the other day, you have this kind of like pull thing, and I assume it's not real magnetism because you can like pull yourself toward people, but like I feel like I absorb a lot of electricity. I mean, there must be something I can do with electromagnetism. Can you walk me through how you do your thing, and maybe I can figure out a way to reverse engineer it?
Yeah, I think Polar Shield. I think this. I mean, I'm trying to make this a cool moment, but I feel like Polar Shield would say to that of like, I mean, I don't use electricity with anything I do. I just pull myself to things. It's not really scientific for me.
Right. All right, I guess I got to do some research. I walk away.
I think maybe that's the scene, right? Where Palladium, we see that Palladium gets the idea from Polar Shield, but Polar Shield is like, I mean, I can't, like, how could I teach you how to manipulate electricity to do my superpower?
Yeah. I just stay up long hours researching this and have a cork board. I'm just like, how do I do it? Yeah. Okay, all right. And that'll be what happened when I
think you're in the process of researching it too. I don't think you've ever done this before. I think it'd be way cooler if you've never done this before.
No, I've never done
looking into it.
Sure.
Okay, yeah.
I've done some research on it, and I'm like, okay, now the time. And so the idea
you have a theoretical idea, and you're like, can I just do this right now?
Yep. And so we see some of the metal on the train crumple inward a little bit as the magnetism kind of starts, and then in theory I pull it looks very similar to how Polar Shield does her thing. And if I succeed, I will kind of skid to a stop just as it is about to hit the ground, and then I'll crunch and grab it. And I have an idea for how I stop it from falling over on the back end too, but we'll get there if I succeed on this roll. Okay, so luckily I don't have any minuses to freak right now, and I have a +3 in it, so this should go well, but we'll see. I'm gonna do game face before I do this.
Are you sure you have to mark a condition?
I mean, I assume. Okay, so from what I know, are we close to the end of this test?
Wait, do you have to mark a condition to trigger game face?
I think yes.
Thought you did. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we're near the end of this, right? But I mean, 3 of these conditions you had from before this test.
Yeah. All right. I won't. I'll just roll.
Okay. All right. I was like,
yeah,
you going in dirty then?
Yep. All right. Here we go. Do any minuses, or am I just going?
I think this is a minus. Well, you're trying a new thing, and this is really difficult. So I think it should be a -2.
-2. Okay. All right.
You either have to mark a condition, or I explain how it's temporary.
Can I spend
unstable,
team with Polar Shield?
There's no team left.
There's one team. Did it get used?
Left wing just used it. Yeah, we just didn't delete it because if you delete it,
have we entered combat against a dangerous enemy?
You technically did. Well, I guess you didn't all as a team enter combat with him at any point, right? It wasn't just to enter combat with him. It seems a little cheap, but also that's kind of just it. This test isn't actually, fighting. He was more an obstacle.
Train is a pretty deadly opponent.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's fine. With a 7 and 9 on unleash your powers, I believe it's just
either explain how it's temporary or unstable, or
I mark a condition,
which is kind of a. Well, you're going to get there. This is all this is. This isn't stopping the train, right? So maybe you only have a short period of time before maybe you're unstable, meaning if you don't get away from this train before your electromagnetism, whatever you just triggered inside of your armor,
I'm getting crushed by it.
You're going to crush the train anyway.
So basically, if I don't succeed on my defend, I'm going to get crushed by the train.
Sure, maybe you turn it on, but you can't turn it off, right?
Yeah, exactly. So just pulling it
to yourself. So maybe you just make the roll harder, right?
Yeah. So I'll choose. So it's unstable, right? That's the idea here. Is okay. All right. I like it.
I like that. Yeah, you're still magnetizing the train to yourself. So I think I think so. I was personally thinking that the stopping the train was going to be a -2, not a -3. So now it's a -3.
All right. Unfortunately, I do have a -2 to this, but
oh man,
I have a savior of 3, so it's only
-2.
It's gonna be a -2 altogether, I think.
Well, if you have a -2, you have a -4 total and a +3, so you should be at a -1, right?
I have a +3 and a -5 total.
You can't have a -5, can you? Oh yeah, you just can't roll a -5.
I just can't roll. Yeah. Because it's -3 from what Connor just said, and -2 from my insecurity.
Okay,
yeah. I'm double checking my moves real quick here.
So it would have been a -3 regardless of this situation, actually, because you still have your insecure marked and oh no, because you have savior as a +3, -2 as a 1, minus another 3 as a -2.
Exactly. Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just double checking. Yeah. So I haven't chosen my advance yet. Do you guys think I should real quick mark? No, I shouldn't do my moment of truth for this. This is a test.
You ever do your moment of truth to catch an imaginary
No, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. It's like I'm trying to look at like what I can't really. The one thing I can think of is like, no, that's not gonna help either.
So shook that you guys are failing rolls. We just made a joke about how you guys can't fail rolls.
I know.
Yeah, well, I mean, we should have saw that coming.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll. This is not gonna go well, guys.
Oh,
Rip me.
Catching a train.
I mean, that's the train's plan, I think.
Okay, so it already has a -2. I should be putting a -3 on this. Okay.
What?
How is it possible?
I got double sixes. That's the only way it's possible.
We'll give you a -2. Okay. Nice. Awesome.
The only thing you could have rolled to get a
That's
success.
so great.
Oh my
I am
goodness.
so happy.
good.
Okay, so what happens is
From double ones to double sixes.
Yeah. Okay,
Mm.
so what happens is it's pulling towards me, right? Like it's magnetizing. But what I end up being able to do as I like pull and then skid to a stop right below the train, grab it as it hits the asphalt, or would hit the asphalt. It hits me instead. My armored arms crunch into the front of the train and then grab onto whatever they can grab onto. And then as the thing starts to tip, like partially it's the magnetism, right? Keeping it upright just long enough for me to start doing this. But as it starts to bend backwards and I'm like, oh, no, we see veins of this blue energy that was once electricity start to like snake its way up the entire train and like wrap it like tentacles. And I just like stand strong and keep it there and then slowly set it down.
Nice.
And then as soon as I have like let go from it and like the energy goes away, I think the magnetism just like pulls me against the front of it and I'm like trying to get myself out.
Yeah. I love that.
And then I think at the last, then after as like a second of that, humorously, my energy runs out, and then it like stumble away.
Yeah, nice. I think that's a Blair goes off, right?
Take that.
End of the test.
Take that train.
Yeah, I think Flutter sets left wing down, and Emoticon lands next to left wing, and I think Emoticon he turns to you and just like gives you a half nod.
Who's you?
Left wing. So Emoticon lands down next to you and Flutter, and he turns to you, left wing, and gives you a half nod.
Yeah, I turn back to him. I'm like, nice save.
He turns and walks away.
Yeah.
Bastian, what's your moment here? You're supposed to say the train. And then Palladium just caught it using magnetism. I feel like Bastion is it's like the chibi moment of like the charcoal in your face, right? And like your hair spiked up,
right.
And like you're
the
like
Looney
covered
Tunes
in like
explosion.
Yeah.
On your face.
Is that the answer? Is that we just see Bastion like stunned? Oh man! All right, so obviously you guys passed the test, right? But as the siren blares, I think Duplicity says something like, "Congratulate." No, I think Director Nolan actually is the one that is saying it. Congratulations, you have just passed the specialist sidekick exam. Now, and then the microphone turns off, and you guys turn and look up towards the like where they're watching. And a bunch of FBI agents just walked into the like dome area with them. And there's like a few moments of like, what's going on here?
Left wing, what did you do?
But then all of a sudden you see Director Nolan like push the talk button again behind his back so you can listen into the conversation.
On purpose or on accident?
On purpose.
Okay.
And then we cut up to the box, and let me find my notes here. The agents are saying this new law was just passed, just passed this morning. This makes it so that anybody this makes it so that any sidekicks who are who, in order for them to be eligible for the specialist sidekick test, they must have 0 demerits.
Good thing we already passed. Whew. That was close.
I
fist bumped left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe like Scab is up there, or not, maybe Scab is like on task or whatever. I think Angel is like, that's outrageous. But they just passed and Director Nolan puts up his hand and he says, "You said the law was passed this morning." And the FBI agent nods, and he shows him like a piece of paper, right, that like represents whatever law he's talking about, right, so he can read it over. And Director Nolan just shakes his head and he says, "You misunderstand. This was all just a training exercise. The real test was yesterday. They've already been specialist sidekicks for a full day." And the FBI agents are like narrow their eyes at him, and Director Nolan says, "I signed their papers yesterday. Would you care to take a look?" And the FBI, like one of the FBI, like the guy who's been talking, he like motions over for one of his guys to go and look through the papers or whatever, right? And the FBI agent says, "There's no date on this." And then the head officer is like, "And you expect us to just take your word for it? They tested yesterday, and that all of this down there was just some sort of other test, a training exercise," you said. And
test.
What's that?
Heck of a training exercise.
Yeah. Director Nolan says, "If you'd like, you can take it up with my lawyers. But I think we all know that. I think we all know that we all have better things to do. You see, those kids down there, you don't know this right now, but they're the future heroes of our society. And they and we have the hearts of the people." And the FBI agent says, "There are more of us than there are of you. You think you have the hearts of the people now. But there are more of us than there are of you."
Left Wing, how many FBI agents do you think you could take?
Bro, I was just about to ask you the same question.
They're not talking like they're going to fight. They're talking like in the grand scheme of things. He's saying we have the hearts of the people.
Right.
And
Yeah,
he's saying there are more of people that don't have powers than there are that do have powers.
Right. But that's not how we interpret it.
Exactly. Yeah. That's fine. I was just trying to clarify in case I miscommunicated that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think with that, the FBI agents walk out. And I don't think Director Nolan turns back to the microphone. I think he just walks away. And the door closes for the agents, and Director Nolan says, "Good work out there today, kids." And you just hear it barely softly, and then he opens the door and he walks out after them. And I think Angel goes over to the microphone, and he sees that the button was on, and he's like, looks back towards the door at Director Nolan, looks back towards you guys, and he's like, "Congratulations." And we'll cut from there.
Nice.
Yeah, I turned before we cut. I turned to play. I would have been nice catch.
Yeah, nice, yeah. Nice.
I think to myself, I would have been fine either way. I don't have any demerits.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just kind of give you the lightning guy from My Hero Academia thumbs up.
Yeah. Nice.
Whatever his name is.
I don't remember.
Okay, so I think what happens after that, we get a scene of you guys waiting for the next group of sidekicks to finish their test. they finish it out and they pass. And or maybe they went first, just so we don't have an awkward like, well, they're going to test them after for the API agents. It doesn't matter.
Right.
We abstract it, right? The other team passes as well. The other 6 pass.
Does anyone have demerits other than Leftwing and I anyway?
I haven't thought that through all the way. I'm sure that somebody else has a demerit, right? Like from some sort of training exercise accident or
it's
not listening on a mission.
Without being like...
Ice Blade has to have at least one.
Or he's
sexual
really
harassment.
smart to not have any. Like he's really careful. Remember, he's all about geometry.
Yeah, but he wasn't. He wasn't careful.
Precision.
I assume emoticon has one, right?
Yeah. Ice Blade knows how to work the angles. That's right, Jared. Nice one. Wait. What'd you say, Gil? Or who was talking?
I assume emoticon must have at least one. I mean, he's if nothing else. If nothing else for a left wing, constantly like instigating him into doing things he shouldn't do.
I don't know. I mean, he hasn't gotten any from anything that we've done in games, so I think I'm just going to leave it up to interpretation, right?
I see. He should have, but nepotism.
Yeah, it's possible, right? Like maybe you think
for him to get one,
right? But I don't think you know. I don't think demerits are something you wear on your shirt, right? I think you'd have to like look up his file. It's not something that's like.
But okay.
For you guys, it was because it was literally in the middle of something, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure when I joined, I walked up and they like handed me a demerit in front of everybody. I could be wrong.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't think they put it on your badge. I don't remember. Maybe they did put it on your shirt, and maybe it was just supposed to be like this funny, this funny thing. Like, I think it was specifically supposed to mock you,
right?
But also, the reason you were going up there to get it on your shirt too was also to like celebrate you. But I don't think you guys actually wear those on your shirt ever. I think that was just like a ceremonial thing. Right. Maybe you guys have like jerseys, or I don't know. But you guys don't actually know everybody's
sashes
stuff
with them on them.
Yeah, you wear into combat. Can we fix the AI art and put those in there?
Letterman jackets, please.
Yeah. I'm just going to abstract it because I don't want to come up with an answer to all of that, and I don't think it matters right now. And I'd have to spend some time thinking through it. But yeah, so I think the rule is, I think play team, you don't have any demerits, right?
No, he doesn't.
Me? No.
Yeah, you don't have any, right?
No. I played this game
right,
making sure that I never get demerits.
Yeah. So you don't have any demerits, I think, but the other two do. So I think what's gathered from that as well, which might have already been easily implied, is in order to test up from here, have to have a clean slate. So you guys made it to that specialist sidekick by the skin of your teeth before this law passed, but now you're to be expected to have 0 demerits going forward.
You can't get rid of demerits, can you?
Do we reset these though?
You don't reset the demerits, no.
So
all of our merits and demerits.
We'll talk about it in a minute. Yeah.
Okay.
We have to do community service in the park. Pick up litter.
Yes, you do. Not community service in the park, but yes, there's going to be a level of community service that you have to do. So I think the obvious question coming out of this is like, so what do we do from here? Like what happens next? I think the teachers come in and address that right after the testing is done, and I think the other 6 come in right that are sidekicks still. So we have 12 specialist sidekicks, 6 that are remaining sidekicks right now still. And I remember correctly, it was Fuego. Let me pull up my list here. Fuego, Haunting Harmony. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to just find my note, I think, to remember exactly. And it was mostly people from Team 3. Pocket Arsenal, Fuego. I think Doomseer passed. Soul Impact passed. DJ, that's 3. Pocket Arsenal. DJ. This is not important. I'm going to have to pull up the list again to remember exactly. So I'm going to do a quick recap on it. We're just going to leave it for now. I'll have to pull up my list again. I think the only person from Team... is Reflection. I think it was Reflection and somebody else from Team 2 that didn't make it. But then there was 4 people from Team 3. That's all I remember. And then... so they bring them all into a room, right? And the teachers kind of address this. They're like, because I think you guys are probably like mad, right? There's other people that are like what the heck? Like they can't just change the rules all of a sudden like that. What happened with that? Especially the sidekicks, right? And so I think the teachers are like, yes, this law does affect us. Maybe Duplicity's answering it. Yes, this law does affect all of you, but for the specialist sidekicks, it's only going to affect you going into Rising Hero. For the sidekicks, you'll have to work off your demerits. There may hear like some groans or whatever, right? And I think Duplicity says, now there have always been ways to get rid of these demerits. We just hadn't really been quite worried about them yet. And I think maybe you guys have gone over them in classes at some point, but it's like boring things you don't actually want to think about or work on.
It was just on the syllabus. They didn't bother talking about it.
Yeah, it's like in the fine details.
I raised my hand as she's talking. So I don't know if she says anything. But
oh, sure. Yeah, you can just say something.
Yeah. Like, so if they're going to like just change the rules, can't we also do that? Can you make it like you spend 5 minutes writing on a board and you lose all your demerits, and then like you can be like, okay, everybody lost all their demerits. Thanks for your stupid law.
Great. Yeah, I think Duplicity. I think maybe Duplicity just kind of like thinks about that for a second, and Angel like shrugs, and Duplicity's like, no, those are laws that, or no, maybe I think what's his name? Patrick Limerick. He's the one that answers this because he's the law guy, right? He says, yeah, these laws are not given to us by us as heroes. We don't make up laws that affect us. The process of getting rid of demerits is something we had to pass by the local lawmakers and the federal lawmakers. These things all have red tape that they must go through, as it should. And so they went through the proper red tape and they changed the rules. The timing is unfortunate, yes. We must obey the law at all times. And I think maybe he kind of goes over like the letter of the law of like the different ways that you can like remove demerits. And one of those ways is, yes, like literally community service, like helping people with your powers off duty. Going on, taking up extra patrols, like overtime patrols, and also by helping teammates train and like going out of your way to help other teammates train, that you're not training with them in the class, but you're like giving of your time to like, and like keeping track of it, right, to help another teammate like progress. And
so here you're saying if we're going to set up 5-minute rounds where we all help each other in sequence until all our demerits are gone. Good call. Good point.
But it's a particular hour amount for each of those, right? So it's like that he's explaining. I'm just abstracting it because I don't want to.
Sure.
But yeah, there's like hour amounts that has to be documented. Now, yes, but to your point of what Leffing is saying, right? You could potentially like cheat it, but they're not. The teachers are not saying yes. We're going to just be like, well, they're going to change the rules. We're just going to say you did the community service. They're sticking to the rules.
Well, no, you just have to make it so you don't lie. You just make it so that doing it is so inexplicably easy that it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah. But I realize that they can't because they'd have to pass the same people who just passed this law, right?
Yes.
So then in that case, I asked them, I'm like, how long until the only way to get rid of demerits is to spend 25 years, 24/7 in a nursing home? They're just going to pass that next, right?
I think the teachers say, don't lose heart. Duplicity probably says it. Don't lose heart, left wing. They made one change. We can't respond too drastically. They made a change, and potentially we have to consider the fact that it's for the best. Maybe that should have always been the rule. Let's just trust that the people above us have good intentions until proven otherwise.
Clearly.
I whispered those to Palladium and Left Wing. The CCP started with one change.
Yeah. I love that.
Thanks for that, Ashton. Appreciate you.
So I think we wrap up that scene there, right? And I think maybe this was like towards the morning. Left Wing, towards the evening, you were approached by one of the teachers.
Okay.
Maybe it's weightless. He opens the door, and I guess where would you be? Sometime in the evening.
Actually, are the seven still doing their thing? Because I might try to talk to
Countess.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. I was going to say that the Celestial Seven. This is going to be the next scene. Is the Celestial Seven are coming back from missions for today, and except no, that doesn't line up exactly.
But it's just fine. I can worry about it later. Then. See, I think he's probably just in maybe like if we have like a mess hall.
I'm okay with it. Yeah, I think maybe the Celestial Seven are done with their raids for today, and but I guess is there a particular reason that Countess would come to the school?
No, I mean I think he was probably gonna talk to Countess, like not like go find her, but if she was off on the West Coast blowing some people up, that probably wouldn't work.
Okay, then yeah, then I think they're still just out.
Okay, yeah, he's probably just if we have like a mess hall or a lunch hall or whatever, he's probably just in there like throwing a ball against the wall, like staring off into space, thinking about something.
Yeah,
and yeah.
So I think Weightless opens the door.
If it's Weightless, we could be doing our sparring practice.
No, I don't think that's okay. You're in your free time because they're doing something else.
Sure. Okay. All right. Then yeah, he's just spacing off, I think.
Weightless opens the door. He looks at you and he says, "Here." Or maybe how would he say it? He's always just gruff. It doesn't make sense. I think that's what he says. I think he said, "Here."
Is he like produce anything, or is he asking me to come to him?
I think maybe you stare, right?
Yeah, I would turn over and look at him,
and he says, "Come here."
Oh, okay. That was better grammar. All right,
yeah. Yeah. You get the feeling that maybe he started a sentence before he opened the door.
Oh, sure.
So he leads you away to the probably the power control class area. They go down the elevator. He's just quiet the whole time, right?
Yeah.
And you go into the power control area, and all of the teachers are there. And so is Emoticon.
On the way, I'm like, hey, what were you going to do if that train hit the other train and we were still standing there?
He goes,
I don't like that answer.
I think he says, Dr. Nolan told me to turn off hard mode. Didn't tell me to stop the train.
Okay.
I think he says, I knew you guys could handle it.
Well, I'm glad you're right.
To your head.
I mean, too late.
Yeah, he goes, and the elevator 13 and opens. And you walk into the room, and all of the teachers are there, and so is Emoticon.
Okay.
And Emoticon seems kind of like he's like panting. He seems kind of frustrated. And you get the idea that he's been training. Okay. And like Weightless, you probably hesitate, and Weightless like motions his head towards you.
Oh man, over here. Is this detention?
That's good.
Worse, an intervention, therapy session.
I teleport away.
Good thing you left a mannequin in the sanctuary, right?
Oh yeah. I replaced it after the last time I needed it. Or wait, I don't actually know if I ended up needing it.
I think you used your desk.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. So
I'm gonna run out of stuff.
Precedent that you replaced it. Yeah. So you make your way in, and I think maybe it's true. I think maybe it's Duplicity is the one that's like talking to Emoticon, like kind of like talking quietly to him. And as you come up, I think all the teachers kind of look at you like they're like, you get the feeling that like, you're like, what's going on? And,
I like this. Oh, yes, very much. What have you done?
And I think maybe Angel like bumps Duplicity, and Duplicity looks up at him, kind of frustrated, and then sees you and goes, Leftwing, we'd like to ask you something.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, I think Weightless grunts and Duplicity says, we are trying to help Emoticon train with the combination of powers, and it's proven difficult for him. So we were hoping that since you're the only person that's gotten him to feel two emotions strongly at once, that you might be willing to let this be how you pay off your demerits.
Okay, I have 2 questions. Does every single teacher in the entire school help every single student like this?
Mm-hmm. I think all of the teachers look around at each other. And,
yeah, that's some BS. Secondly,
I think Weightless looks to you and he says, "Know your place, left wing."
Yeah. Was this? Anyway,
Yeah.
second question. Crap. What was my second question?
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Oh yeah. Were we doing any more tournaments?
No. Wait, you're asking that?
That was
real?
an in-character question.
That was yeah. They shake their heads.
Okay, cool. Well, in that case, sure, why not?
I think everybody kind of like eyebrows go up, like they weren't expecting you to just say yes. And Weightless says, "What did I tell you?" And
as long as I don't have to fight him again, it's fine.
What did I tell you? Can't hold his liquor.
Yeah. Scab walks up to you and he like puts out a hand to like shake your hand, and he says, "Thank you, Leftwing. This means a lot for all of us."
Yeah, sure. This still feels like insane preferential treatment, but whatever.
I think all of a sudden,
he says
Director Nolan's voice. Right? Yeah, I think all of a sudden Director Nolan's voice can be heard, and you like look behind you and you didn't realize the elevator had opened, and you're like, "How did I not hear that ding? What's going on?" Yeah, and Director Nolan says, "There is preferential treatment here, Left Wing," and he starts walking towards you, and he says, "I thought I made that clear to you day one when I brought you, Bastion, and Palladium all up to the front. And I gave you merits for everyone to see. For those that have been blessed with more power." Oh, how do I not make this the Spider-Man quote? For those that have been blessed with more power.
Devote more resources, right?
Yeah, we devote more resources to. Emoticon needs the extra help, but he's also has some of the most potential. Do you have any idea how powerful Heartbeat was in his prime?
No.
Take a guess.
I don't. What's the 500?
Yeah, you kind of get the feeling if you're talking to a different Director Nolan all of a sudden, like you're like before you were talking to the nice manager guy that's never had a problem with you, so he's encouraging the little guy, right? All of a sudden,
the first thing he did was give me a demerit for drinking in public, but
he was smiling and praising you while he did it, right? And in his when he was giving you the demerit, it was like this tisk tone, right?
Yeah,
like don't do that again, but totally giving you preferential treatment, right? Like totally talking you up, like showing you off to the whole group, right?
Yeah, and I mean that is a good point because we also have the 7 training us, which I mean so does this guy.
Yes,
but like yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, and I think he kind of like starts walking around the circle of teachers as he's talking to you, and like walks behind Emoticon and like puts his hands on his shoulders. And he says, Emoticon has more power than any other person in this entire facility. His potential is unmatched. Unmatched from you, Palladium, and Bastion put together. If we can unlock this potential, Reaper won't be a problem. And I think he like pats Emoticon's shoulders, and Emoticon looks pretty uncomfortable, and then continues walking around the circle behind them. And he says, I don't think it's coincidence I think it's fate that the main enemy of our time, that the main enemy of Heartbeat's time was Tempest. Heartbeat was powered by his emotions, and Tempest was powered by the emotions of others. It was a fate. It was a battle of destiny. It was poetic. Everyone knew it must happen that way. A one-on-one showdown between Heartbeat and Tempest. And now we have a new challenger, Reaper. And he has the ability to take other people's powers. Now, Leftwing, tell me, how many people have you met that have more than one power?
2.
He
Right?
smiles. Yeah, he smiles. Your greatest strength is you're using the wrong word. Is your cleverness. What's the word there?
Your greatest asset?
Your greatest asset is how clever you are. That's just what he says. Yeah, greatest strength or greatest asset is how clever you are. And I think he like walks up next to you.
Yeah, he Leftwing looks uncomfortable at praise. He's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yep. And he says, there is preferential treatment. You should not expect all 5 teachers to need to help you. That's not because you're not great. It's also because you don't need the help. Emoticon does. Do your duty for the sake of us all. And he walks back towards the elevator. I think the teachers are all kind of like, didn't expect this.
Yeah.
And
Leftwing's like muttering to himself. He's like, well, that's frustrating. Reasonable. Like, I don't really, I can't.
Yep. By the way, you've always noticed this. You've noticed this before, but just to bring it back up for the audience, Director Nolan has a full body power, and like you see it as he's walking around the circle, right? You're like, what the heck is this guy about? He walks back towards the elevator. It doesn't ding, but you hear the elevator door open a little bit, and you're like, what the heck? And
King, what's happening?
Yeah. He walks into the elevator and he turns around and he says, a battle of destiny. Maybe this time he'll have help. Will it be you, Leftwing? And the doors close.
What a dramatic guy.
All right. So I think the room like visibly relaxes.
Yeah.
Right. And I think Emoticon like doesn't walk up to you. He seems like this was not his idea, and he seems uncomfortable.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
And I think Scab says, all right, I guess let's get started. And Duplicity walks up to you, Leftwing. He says, kind of more quietly, more towards you. And she says, actually, I think it would be Angel. Angel walks up to you and more quietly says, no, listen, I know that this isn't necessarily your strong suit, but remember that his power is based on emotions.
Yeah, you guys remember the last time this happened, it was because I was unmentionably cruel, right? Like, what's our plan here?
Angel says, we'll work on that together. But we're finding the problem is not that he's not willing to use his powers. It's that he's stifling his emotions. This isn't necessarily a power control thing. That's what comes next. Right now, we're trying to get him to be willing to feel his emotions.
Oh, well, I'm not a therapist.
He's been holding them in. Yeah, sorry. The internet.
Yeah, wait.
For a second there.
So after she's been holding them in. Yeah. And I think like.
Yeah.
Leftwing's probably like, so instead of saying what I said, they're like, well, I mean, he can only use them if he puts them there, right? Controlling them is like literally the whole point.
He nods and he's kind of like, I think he shakes his head. He's like, I'm not sure you understand. His powers are like based on our conversation tonight. He can put any of those emotions in. It's a matter of the strength of the emotion. He just pushes all of his emotions down. So the problem is, I think maybe he trails off and he says, it's all a theory for now. But what we want you to do is make him angry. We want you to do the same thing you did last time.
Okay. I mean, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And Emoticon seems like not ready for this, right?
Yeah.
And I think Angel says, this isn't going to be pretty, but we have to work this out some way. Because if this happens again on the battlefield, somebody might die. And it might not be the villain.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Ask
fair.
them to control this.
I thought we were just trying not to do that. I'm a little lost. I look at him like, you're dumb. I don't know. This was a lot easier when we were like trying to kill each other.
Yeah. I think oh man. I think I think maybe we like wrap this up here.
Yeah,
I think
it's been a lot of fun so far.
Yeah, I think trying to think of who says it, but I think maybe it's Weightless. He says nobody's going to like it, but the conversation needs to get bad. Make each other angry. Go all out. We need to see what happens when Emoticon gets angry and sad again at the same time. We have to make sure that he's able to control and utilize his power. Emoticon, you can't bring the emotions out yourself. This is the only way. Left Wing, you're clever, but you're not this nice. Let loose.
Yeah, no, he looks sort angry. He looks sort of like uncomfortable and like glances over at him.
That's also probably the longest sentence you've ever heard Weightless say.
Yeah, that's true. It was just to hear. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, how about we try this? I don't think anything makes him more mad than losing to me, so we'll do a fight, but he can't use his powers and I can. I can't imagine anything more annoying than that.
Yeah.
If we're not trading fists, this isn't going to work.
Yeah, I think everybody kind of uncomfortably nods, and Weightless says, Left Wing, nobody else in this room wants to be the one to say it, but you have to do more than just your fists. Emoticon's he's a big boy. He's going to be able to handle it. And if he can't handle it, that's exactly what we need to work out. I think maybe we just kind of fade out from there. Basically, he's saying you can't just have a controlled practice. You have to be mean to him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I got a good direction for this, I think.
Okay.
I got a plan. But yeah, we can go to somebody else. I think probably the last shot we get of that is Left Wing looks at Emoticon and he just looks really unsure of his he looks really conflicted and he doesn't know, which doesn't make any sense, of course, but he doesn't look like he knows what to do right now with this.
Yep. So we cut from there. Left Wing's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to come back to this scene right away.
Yeah,
I think this is just going to be something that's happening in the background of you guys are practicing.
Right.
And you're trying to help him figure this out.
Yeah.
I think one more note is the last thing we get is Weightless saying, or no, I think Scab saying, oh, and Left Wing, by the way, don't forget that you have the power to take his powers away from him. That's a really important piece to this. Because if you don't do that, we might all die. So
there's a really weird energy in this room. I don't like this. Can you guys go away?
Let me go from there. All right. So I think that night, Bastian, Dragon approaches you. I think you're in your room.
Out.
They are
to save the world.
Yeah, they are. They're doing raids. They're going out and doing stuff. But all of a sudden, I think
ship mid raid.
No, he's on his shift.
Okay.
Like he's done with his shift, right? Like they went out and did raids, and now I think it's maybe it's like late at night. Maybe it's like 1 a.m. And Dragon like comes into your like maybe he just like literally comes through your window. And maybe
I quickly slam my laptop closed. I'm like, oh, Dragon, what's up?
Okay, that doesn't happen. But I think Left Wing. I think it's not that late. I think it's late enough that you're early enough that you're still training with emoticon. So it's just a one-on-one scene with Bastian and Dragon.
Okay.
So I think Dragon like opens the window and just like fires himself in there. Maybe he scorches your window a little bit, and, like turns around and puts the fire out. And he says,
"I swear, if that gets me another demerit."
Yeah. Dragon says, Bastian, need to ask you
something. Is it about Mercury attacking me during the festival and me killing him?
He raises his eyebrow. He says, good work. Did you leave a body?
No, he kind of evaporated.
He evaporated?
That's what happened, right?
Well, so you froze him. He became a statue, remember?
And I thought we shattered him after that.
You walked out of the room and Marty said, I'm going to shoot it in the head. So why don't you guys leave? Your kids, you don't need to see this.
And Marty's a traitor.
Oh, no.
Dang it.
He brought him back to life.
Well, no, I froze him, and then Marty took care of it.
That's what I mean. He took care of it. He went and undid the carbonite, and now he's alive again.
Undid the carbonite. Yeah, I think this is where this conversation was going to go. But Dragon says, "Well, and I don't think Bastian. You don't have any reason to think any." You don't have a reason to doubt anything.
That was Jared.
No, I don't. That was Jared.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell if you were saying take care of it, like remember he's a traitor. I thought okay. You were being like he put it out of its misery, kind of. Okay,
He said he'd kill it and take care of it. Put a bullet.
Yeah.
In
Okay.
So to speak.
I think Dragon nods at that and he says, "Did he destroy all the pieces? Do you know what he did with the pieces?"
Well, he didn't really get back to me on that. I'm pretty sure Frieza had killed him, but
yeah, he nods and he says, "Yes, I'm glad that you killed him, but I'm not certain that killing is enough anymore." And he kind of sits down and he says, "Any villains that you kill must be brought to me to be incinerated. I don't think the Reaper can take the powers unless there's a body. So if there are no bodies for him to find."
I think I'm at the level where I can incinerate pretty good too.
He said he kind of slowly nods at that and he says,
and I show him the fire thing, the car. And
yeah.
People are made out of carbon. I learned that recently.
Yeah, he nods and he says, "Good. They are teaching you well. What you need to know to do what needs to be done." And Bastian, Dragon has always had a utilitarian mindset, but you've never heard him talk this openly about killing people and incinerating their bodies. And good work, make sure you kill the people too, right? Like this is coming out of left field for you.
Yeah, he's literally encouraging a child.
Is it though?
This is a big tone difference. Yeah. he's always
Because-
been very vague
yeah.
before with you about like
Yeah.
leaning you towards that, but it's not your responsibility yet.
Mhm.
Well, now
I think
he's just like treating you like an
taken
adult. Like,
the wrong way. Like, oh yeah, I'm an adult now, and he respects me, and
Mm-hmm. Yep.
like I've got big boy pants now.
Yep. Yeah. So, but keep in mind you did fail your reject influence roll against Marty when Marty was like trying to tell you like, hey, you know, you can't just go around killing people. And oh, by the way, if what's his name? If Emperor is a problem, right? Like that's got to go through me. Like you have to do what I say if I say Emperor is a problem. So like you definitely have a level of like, you know, the government is, like you're the soldier, right? And the government tells you what to do. So there's two pieces to this, right? What Dragon is telling you is just like very different.
In my mind,
I don't know if there's
it's kind of the same though, because like for Bastion,
sure,
like,
yeah, you're just like, okay, Dragon,
like,
yeah,
like the worst of the worst, like Shatter and Mercury and King. Like, yeah, it's good to kill all of them. Like scum of the earth terrorists actively trying to kill you and a school full of children, whereas Marty is just like Marty was cool with Mercury and Shatter too, and King. So as long as I'm not just like, well, for all intents and purposes, I think a lot of people think he's dead.
What you did to King was like worse in a lot of ways.
I sent him to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, you sent him to prison for eternity.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's entirely possible that when you take him out again, he's irreparably changed because you rewrite his file.
Yeah.
Like
okay. So I think that's actually where this conversation was originally meant to go. Dragon says, speaking of villains, I need to ask you something. What really happened with King and his gang? Did you kill all of them?
Man, that's
because if Reaper gets a hold of King's power, there'll be a whole nother level.
I mean, we really got to be worried about the power amplification guy more than anything, in my opinion. But you know,
oof.
But
and I think this is when I have just like my when he says that, my epiphany moment of everything that both Jared and Bastion forgot for a while.
Okay.
The old guy on the who was stuck in the internet or whatever.
Figured you would bring this here. Yep.
Yeah. He just slaps his forehead. And he's like, "Oh my gosh, crap!"
Dragon says, "What? What does Reaper have their bodies?"
No. I just I pull out my phone and like, Emperor, can you tell Dragon what we did?
Emperor? I don't think you've explained this, right? Maybe you have off screen. Do you want to say that we have off screen?
What do you mean?
Do you want to say it off screen that you've I don't
think he's had a chance really, because it's been nonstop for both of them.
Yeah, I think Dragon goes Emperor, and I don't think Emperor explains. I think Emperor just says like, yes, I'm already on it. I will look for him.
Wait, what? No, I wanted him to I wanted him to explain to Dragon what we did to King.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
But Emperor also, says, that's where it'll go to after that.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I misunderstood. I jumped the gun there. Emperor says, we zip them up into a zip file and hid them away in the system. Dragon just kind of just doesn't respond. And Emperor says,
for all intents
something wrong.
Oh, sorry. I, for all intents and purposes, kind of have King's power.
Dragon's eyes go up.
But better because we beat him.
I see. You are already stronger than I thought.
I mean,
Wait a second.
probably,
It
but I still
sounded
get my
for a
butt
second
kicked by
there.
whales.
It sounded for a second there that he was about to say more powerful than I feared. Was that intentional?
You must be put down.
Oh man.
All right.
Is he gonna go Darth Sidious on us?
Kill the children.
Execute order, burn all their bodies.
Yeah, when I was locked in the internet, there was an old guy, and oh man, he was like, King was downloading his brain, and I totally forgot about him, so he might still be in the internet as a prisoner. I don't know if you can starve to death in the internet. Oh man.
Yeah, Dragon. I think Dragon
I'm
is
just
confused,
pacing the
but
room, freaking out.
yeah. I think Dragon is super confused, but I think he just lands on a question of, can Reaper get to their bodies?
I don't think so. He's locked inside the internet.
Yeah, I think Emperor says, in my estimation, there'd be no way that Reaper could get inside the internet and kill them and then take their powers. I think the probability of such a thing would be less than 1%.
What he said.
I think Dragon just kind of nods as if like he's just taking it in stride, like just trying to get to the point, not trying to figure out everything.
Did Marty not?
And then he says
about Emperor.
Good. Marty was supposed to tell me about Emperor.
I mean,
what's he?
No, but he knows.
Yeah, Marty knows. Yeah, but didn't he tell you like this is a secret? Like obviously, if we get this out, they might kill him.
Like Dragon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I think Dragon says.
I think
he says was Marty supposed to?
Well, no, he said he'd keep it a secret, but I didn't think that meant you as well. But yeah, this should stay on the DL. That's what Americans say to keep it secret.
The kids say.
Yeah. Understood. Yes, the DL.
I don't know what it stands for.
Secret. Yeah. He nods. He says, I will no longer use the phrase. But I think he says, but this isn't important to them. Is Left Wing coming to sleep here tonight?
I'd assume.
He says, I'm tired. I need to go home and rest. And I think he opens up the window and he's about to go back
stay in
out.
our secret base if you wanted.
Why would you do this?
I think he says, Jared? Is there a bed?
Yeah, I think there's. We haven't discussed it, but I'd assume there's a bed.
I'm gonna come back and like I'm just gonna go sleep in the secret base.
Yeah, I'm really exhausted, man. You snore sometimes.
I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, at this point, I'm just hitting with the double whammy. I'm just trying to like one up impressing him.
Yeah. I think Dragon just says that I don't know if they'd be able to reach me from your secret base. I'll sleep at the facility where I belong. Or I think he says headquarters where I belong.
Okay.
I think he turns and he says, Bastion, keep up the good work.
Yeah, I'm gonna go try and save that guy from the internet.
And I think he's already gone. I think he's already gone when you say that.
Oh, okay.
And I think Emperor says, you must be tired. And then I think he says, what guy are we going to go save from the internet?
He wasn't there for that, was he?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he was.
Well, yeah, when King originally kidnapped me the first time during that the mission to save Leftwig. He captured me and like held me prisoner. Then like the internet cell next to me, there was just this old guy. He was like downloading his brain. It looked like.
Disturbing indeed.
Can you starve to death in the internet?
I have never experienced such a thing, so no.
I mean, we're supposed to be heroes. We should probably go save him. And hope we don't just find a desiccated corpse.
Yeah, I think he says, where would he be?
Inside King's robot? Or his base?
Inside King's robot.
I don't know.
What do you mean? Which robot?
What do you mean which robot? He turned our jet into the robot, and that's what he sucking into the internet through.
Well, that jet blew up, right?
Yeah.
Five Finger Fillet blew that jet up.
Well, the jet's probably connected to a server. I don't think the jet has its own database.
Okay. Well, no, you said it's inside the robot. Okay, yeah. Well, does Bastian know that though? Like, would Bastian understand that it's a database and not a robot?
Emperor would. I'm explaining it like Bastian would.
Oh, sure.
So that Emperor would be like,
sure.
Okay, it's in the jet. The jet probably has a server connected to a server, and
yeah. I think what Emperor does is he says that he goes to King's old headquarters digitally. And he looks around and he doesn't find anybody, like in the server or anything like that.
Is there a way can we like create a scanner for people?
I think Emperor says, I'll start researching that.
Okay.
I
want to activate my layer move for that.
Your layer move. Okay, well, that's what I'm trying to determine. I don't think there is really a role here.
Well, you set up. Like if I want to do something, I spend a point, and then you have to give me. Like let
me look at that. This is valuable information, so I'm not just going to give it to you. I think there should be something here, but it's not a role.
You call upon the resources of your sanctuary to solve a problem. Say what you want to do. The GM will give you 1 to 4 requirements from the following list.
I think the answer is you'll need to mark 1 box on your Doom track.
Okay.
Wow, easy, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty easy.
Okay. Yeah, so
I did it.
You mark a box in your Doom track. The reasoning being you're traveling through data, right?
Yeah.
And I think basically what's his name finds, what Emperor finds is that he's not in the server, but he ends up going through recordings of the lair, and he finds a recording of Reaper and some of the freedom fighters that were in the tournament that came and invaded the tournament visited King at his base. And this was canon. This happened. You guys saw this, but you didn't see them. Oh. What happens is this guy comes out of one of the Ethernet cables into existence all of a sudden. And then Reaper and the freedom fighters turn around the corner and Reaper says, "Not who I was looking for, but you seem to have quite the interesting power." And he launches off screen into Reaper's hand and his neck is crushed and his power is taken.
Wait, who?
The guy
that was in the server. Oh, we already saw this happen.
Okay.
You guys just forgot.
The guy in the
that was a context clue of who Reaper was. Reaper said, "Not you have quite the interesting power."
Yeah.
So is there information on who the old guy is?
Yeah, I don't either.
Nope. Well, let me think about that. Now that Emperor is here, I think Emperor knows. And this guy was, I would think me think that through. I don't think he was known by the government. I don't think he was a hero. I think he was somebody that got the serum. You don't like Emperor doesn't know how, but he was a normal civilian. He was a normal guy. Maybe he was like a conspiracy theorist. Like was like a conspiracy theorist to like the government databases, and he got this power. And he wasn't a villain. He seemed pretty peaceable about it. But then vanished one day, and then he died here. Like there's not really a lot of pieces to put together.
His power.
Of what his power is, you mean? Let me think. Is there a way for Emperor to put this together? I think it is. I think it's because he can analyze the data in the same way that King could. Yeah, his power was to see, understand powers and their potentials. So think of like Prism's power, but like less studying and more just like an innate understanding. And now Reaper has that.
Can I I'm gonna send this to Marty.
Emperor, please send this to Marty. Yeah, I think so, right? And like Marty would just be like, oh, the supercomputer found information. Good work. And I think you send that to Marty. I don't think we get that scene, but we get like we cut there, right? Like send it to Marty. Oh,
yeah.
man.
And to Dragon. He sends it to Dragon too.
Okay. Yeah. Cool, dude. Okay, so we'll cut from there. Palladium, I didn't have this. You might not want this scene, but I had this idea.
I didn't get that.
And it's just kind of wait, what? Yeah, it's very vague. Yeah, so I had an idea of something we might want to explore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I cut out there, but
no.
I'm curious to see what you think about this. I think maybe you are. How would this manifest? You are. Maybe it's the next day. You know what? No, let's get even weirder. I think at night.
I don't even know how weird it was to begin with.
Yeah, I think you're sleeping, and you wake up, kind of like in a half asleep, half like you're not really fully conscious yet. You kind of wake up, and you hear your armor talking to you. Okay. And as you wake up, you realize that you understood what he was saying, but it wasn't English.
Okay.
And then for a moment, you're like, what's just happening? Like, was I dreaming or was that real?
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
I mean, do you react to that in any way?
Well, I mean, being half conscious and thinking it was just a dream, probably not immediately. Yeah. No. If something, I kind of like lay there groggily, as my mind slowly tries to work through what happened. But unless something else happens, I probably drift back off to sleep. Unless something else happens that will make me more awake.
I think it's the morning. I think you're just waking up for the morning.
Okay.
Now.
Okay.
And
well,
I think your armor says, you're awake now. And like in your mind. Mm-hmm. And it sounds weird. I forgot how I made it sound really weird before. I was like,
he talked very high pitched like this.
Yeah.
Myths and legends.
Yeah. Yep.
So
it says, you're awake now.
It was that in English?
You only heard him talk audibly once.
Yeah. Was that in English?
In that moment. Yes, I think so.
Okay. Good morning. What's happening? Start to rub the sleep from my eyes.
I feel a stronger connection with you.
Kind of a weird thing to say to someone the first time
we are wake up. Bonding.
Yeah. Absorbing a bomb will do that, I guess. Ugh.
I'm trying to make this subtle. So I think that's all we kind of get.
Okay.
Let me think this through.
Can I pierce the mask?
I'm trying to tease something out. Yeah, that's what you should do.
Okay.
Pierce the mask. Try to understand what's going on here.
Sure.
Actually, let me look at. I wonder if this is more assess the situation. I'm trying to tease something out to see if you like it without just telling me what it is.
Mm-hmm. Assess would be, well, here can I use to blank? What here is the biggest threat? What here is in the greatest danger? Who here is the most vulnerable to be? How could best end this quickly? That seems like be about a situation. Pierce the mask is, what are you really planning?
Yeah.
What do you want me to do? What do you intend to do?
Jeez. I don't feel like it's either of these necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
But let's just roll pierce the mask, and if you succeed, I'm going to tell you what's going on.
Can I unmark insecure, by the way, for taking foolhardy action without talking to your team for like going to get like be crushed by a train?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. All right.
Absolutely.
So mundane pierce the mask.
Yes.
All right. I am rolling this at -3, boys. Because I switched my labels. Yeah. That's a lot.
Whoa. Okay,
I switched my labels, so I don't have anything to go off of here. So maybe it doesn't get
completely clueless.
Well, another option could be it gets revealed to me in a way that's detrimental to me.
Yeah. That's a way better answer.
Right.
All of a sudden, you start to think. You're thinking through your morning of how you're going to brush your teeth and how you're going to get ready for the day and what you're going to do. Mm-hmm. And you realize that you're thinking in an alien language you've never understood before. And you were terrified.
He's taking notes and he looks down. It's just gibberish.
Oh, yeah.
That's even better. So I think
this is what we get, Connor. I'm thinking through my whole day. Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. I'm thinking through the whole day. I'm thinking this alien language. And if it's only when I'm taking notes in class that I realize that I'm writing this weird script that I'm like, what the heck?
Okay. Is it like left wing or taking this in this direction?
Yeah. Is it like left wing who like looks over me like, what is that?
Yeah. Maybe left wing is like, cool art project, dude.
Yeah. Left wing's trying to cheat off your
yeah. Like, wait.
Yeah. He said
he knows either. He's like, hey, not fair. How did you know I was watching?
I'm like, bro, you set up a cipher.
Yeah. There you go. I'm like, what are you talking about? What the? I'm imagining that it looks kind of like the weird letter Pokemon from Pokemon, like the ones that all have like different symbols. Unknowns. Yeah.
I just assumed it was Aramesh from Star Wars, but that's less cheating.
Yeah.
I
think what you start to be afraid of is you kind of put two and together, like as you remember what your conversation with Vulcan.
Right.
Vulcan was talking as if he wasn't human. And he implied that you also were like him. Mm-hmm. And then he said, we're both side characters in their
support
story.
Characters. Yeah.
Support characters in their story. And you just get you get this like sinking feeling of like, maybe this armor is going to make me into an alien.
A girl with third nipple. I had a better version of that joke, but whatever.
Oh man. Nope, that's not it. That's not what you're afraid. Maybe you should be afraid of that, but that's not it.
I love this, Connor. I definitely like the direction that's going. So,
good.
I know we've talked about this a little bit in the after shows, but basically the two directions I see my character going, like evolving past like the Janus, is either the outsider or the soldier. Right? It's like, do I lean into the weird alien stuff, or do I lean into being the team leader and the soldier for the government? Right? And like those are the two paths that I can see my character eventually taking. So this is perfect. This is great.
Yeah.
You know what would be great? Is if you pick the outsider class and then you go to the alien world and you're an outsider because you're a human.
Oh my gosh, that is so great. Yeah, and all my alien technology is like stuff from Earth.
Right.
or what you might be afraid of right now is your identity will be irreparably changed.
Right.
And you will not remember who John Daly is.
The
He
armor
will
might,
be
like, take you
Palladium,
over.
the alien hero.
Yeah. Because it is kind of slightly unclear the difference between Vulcan and whoever he was before his armor. He had his armor, right? Like
Right.
what is that?
True.
Because for them, they're not superheroes and regular people.
Yeah.
They're just them, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know the answers to any of those questions.
That's
How
true.
could you? So
Exactly.
like all of these unknowns could now be flooding your head. Like,
Yeah,
why did
just
I
lots of
never
unknowns.
ask that? How come
Yeah.
I never asked if I'm going to change?
Yeah, this is
Right?
perfect because for like first season, Palladium was figuring like mastering Savior and like locking that and becoming like the Savior Janus that I always was meant to be.
Yeah.
But now my other 3 stats that aren't locked yet are Freak and Superior. I have one more chance to lock a stat before I finish my advancements.
Yeah.
And one of those will be locked, and it will depend on which path I go. Love it.
Yeah. All right. So before we close out, it's the end of the day. You guys are going to sleep. Nothing to talk of. And we cut back to the Celestial 7. Actually, it's probably not quite night yet. It's more evening, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, somewhere around there. You guys are winding down for the day. And we cut away from you guys to the Celestial 7 on their hunt. And where are we for the map?
You mean we cut to their dead
bring you
bodies,
guys
right?
here. We cut to all their dead bodies. Yeah.
We cut the dragon
Burning their
the
corpses.
message. he gets my message. The second Reaper kills one of the Celestial Sevens.
No. Dragon comes up to like where he is told there's another base, right? And he gets to this abandoned building. And he turns on his fire, like his heat sense, and he doesn't see there's anybody in the building. He looks a little bit closer with his heat sense, and he seems like he almost looks like there's a spot of cold, almost like he just barely visible. And so instead of going inside, he sits down and he waits. And we kind of hear zip back to a kind of like a satellite bus with Beacon in it, and Marty, Cody Reynolds. I think maybe Marty and Cody Reynolds are like taking on a new shift, letting the old agents go, and they're there, and like taking over, and Beacon is like listening into their comms, right? And Marty's like, how's it going? Anything new yet? And Beacon says, they all just finished or maybe one of the agents as he's going, like they all just finished one spot a couple hours ago. And it sounds like they're all arriving to new areas now. And then we kind of like listen in, like Marty puts his hand to his ear as he's listening in. And Beacon is listening intently for any signs to pull them back, right? And we cut to each of them getting to these newer areas as there's like some chatter. Maybe Five Finger Fillet is like being silly, I got to my spot first. And Dragon says, no, you didn't. And Five Finger Fillet is like, come on, man, you got to ruin my fun. And it kind of sees like a building off in the distance that he's about to go to. And all of a sudden we hear, no. And we cut to Luminescence. And she's getting to her area, and all she sees is these dark beings growing out of the building. And she's terrified. And Dragon's ears perk up. And Dragon is about to speak up and says, Beacon, you should probably. And then we hear gunshots going off. And we cut to this strange creature, a dog man, in that bus. he's let me show his character here. Let me pull him up. Do I have him on here? Here he is, Hound. Heck yeah. We cut to this dog man.
Nice.
And he has just bit through the spine of Beacon.
Oh, geez.
And Cody Reynolds and Marty are shooting after him. And we see like some blood splatter from this Hound creature. And then Hound like jumps through the bus window. And Dragon says, pull luminescence out. Pull luminescence out. Do you hear me? Somebody. And luminescence is like, Dragon, it's him. It's midnight. And Dragon says, somebody pull luminescence out now. And then all of a sudden, from the door of this building that Dragon is in front of, a swirling whirlwind of metal shoots out from this building, almost like a living shuriken that is large and spinning and moving as it's flying towards Dragon, and Dragon just barely, like in slow motion, shoots some fire off to the side and just barely dodges this red, like flexible metal that just barely misses his face. And he like shoots away with his fire. And we cut to Countess in her area, and she goes, why are we not getting pulled out? And she turns and looks towards the city that she's near, where this building is. She's like in the city, and she sees this building that she's about to like go and raid, right? And she turns and looks, and there's kind of like a mob that's forming. And she hears over a loudspeaker someone saying, yes, yes, kill the hero Countess. And she sees, we see two figures coming down the street. One holding a like a loudspeaker, and this like angry mob that seems like unreasonably angry. And one muscular guy. I'm trying to pull up the pictures as I do this too. One muscular guy that is kind of like leading the charge. And how did that token get there? Don't have this guy as a token.
Could you do the muscle guy again? Because he showed up for like a second and then went away.
He was just his token isn't populating for some reason. It's just like a blank guy.
Oh,
if his name is, can I do this? Can I show to players? Here we go.
Nice.
Can you see that guy? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
He's kind of leading the charge. He like launches himself up to a building and like turns over and looks at Countess. And Countess is like, guys. And we cut away from her, and we see Five Finger Fillet and Omnimorph, and I think those are the only other two, right? Five Finger Fillet, Omnimorph, and Botanist. They all see their villains. I'm just going to cut that one short, though. I'll reveal who they're up against next. But like some villains are like coming out of these buildings, and they don't seem like before when they were like at raiding these buildings, almost everybody was weak, right? Not nearly as strong as Celestial 7. These guys seem like next level strength. And then Vulcan says into his comm, I think I've found him. And we turn away from Vulcan to see a hands coming out of like a ladder bunker, kind of like in a desert area. And we see Reaper's gloved hands climbing out, and he slowly stands up and looks across at Vulcan. And we cut.
Nice. Does it look like the base that Tempest was in?
It does. It's not the same one, but it looks very similar to that.
All the vibes are the same.
So Reaper's getting cool alien
armor. You know
armor.
what? It is. Let's just say it is. Why not? Why the heck not? I already thought that it was just going to be something similar, but let's just say it is. Why not?
Nice.
I'm going to pull Reaper onto the screen for that last bit there too. I don't want to take the time to go through all the other villains that we'll see.
Yeah.
Quite yet, just for sake of time, but that's the situation that we get. and
Nice.
we will pick up next time.
So, I mean, maybe you don't want to reveal this, but is this sort of thing that like this is all going to happen off screen, or is this the next thing we're going to be called in to help with?
You'll see.
Darn it.
This is not going to just happen off screen. But we'll get to that. I mean, I have an idea of what I think I want to happen. Well, let's tease it out for 1 second. Bastian, you are maybe like it's off time, right? You guys are just hanging out.
Have a day off.
And Bastian, you get a phone call. He doesn't answer it.
I don't answer the
I know.
phone.
We've had this joke like 4 times, I think.
I answer.
You answer it, and Dragon says, "Get Team 1 together. It's time for your first mission as specialist sidekicks. Luminescence needs your help.
Nice.
Now."
Sweet.
Already on it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Then we cut.
Oh, and
That's
the session moves, right?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
That's it. You guys should also help me figure out what my advancement is going to be. I don't know what it's going to be yet.
Oh, okay, sure, yeah. Well, it is 9:06, so Jared, if you want to not do that part, we can do that part on
what does
Messenger, too.
Dragon have
Up to you.
shift?
What does Dragon have you? Oh, you're giving stuff to Dragon? Oh, let me think about that.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to say danger up, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
Although,
savior down?
Maybe. Okay.
Is that what he would try to do? I would say
Maybe.
either danger or mundane.
Does he want me to put
think
my?
that's
It depends whether or not he wants me to
Yeah, he's not saying don't save people. He's
just put yourself in
what is
front of
the answer
others. Essentially.
I would say danger up and mundane down, because mundane is like the quote unquote empathy thing, right? So I think that's what he's doing. Danger up, mundane down.
I'm going to give Polar Shield influence
Sounds
over
good.
me. I grew closer to the team.
I think I'm going to give influence to the director because he completely talked circles around left wing.
Sure. Yeah. Well, he already has influence over you,
he's
so
an
he just
adult.
changes your labels as well.
Right.
I mean, I think he was saying mundane up, right?
I'm trying to think of what he actually said, other than like
He was basically telling you like the school has favorites. You're one of the favorites, but like
he was
emoticon
basically
is more
saying you're not the
powerful
main
than you.
character.
Yeah, that's basically what he was saying. Yeah, you're not the main character.
Yeah. So I mean, I think mundane up makes sense. What do you think is going down though? Because I would think it would either be superior or freak, and both of those are locked.
Yeah, so it might just be a moot point either way.
Yeah. I don't think savior down would make sense. Danger down, maybe? But like that didn't really have anything directly to do with what he was saying.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with what he was saying. So yeah, I would say honestly, it probably should have been. He was telling you how the World War keep. Honestly, probably should have done this during that scene as well. So we can just say that this is what that is, though.
Sure.
Yeah, but yeah, I would say it's a matter of a mundane up and superior down.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I would say.
I also get an advancement. I don't know exactly which one I'm going to pick. I was waffling before, but I'm going to take... Oh, geez. Where did I put it?
I cleared guilty, by the way, Connor, with that. That move.
Yeah. I'm going to take a logical angle.
You cleared angry, you said?
I cleared guilty.
Oh, cleared guilty. Okay,
so
what
the
did
only
you say?
condition.
What did you say, David?
Good.
So I'm going to take logical angle, which says...
Oh, you just leveled up.
When you comfort or support someone by pointing out their mistakes so they can do better next time, roll plus superior instead of mundane. If they do not open up to you, mark a condition, which is the only way that I'm ever going to make progress in this scene where I'm trying to make somebody do a better job.
That makes sense to me. What should I choose for my advancement? The place I'm at right now, I feel like the most obvious answer is to do persuade, I think.
It's taking
Take
the first
adult move. Yeah.
Very interesting.
The other options that are like lower on the list, is still on the first list, are to take another move from your playbook, and I would take mild mannered, which is the one where you can trick people by being a civilian. Or take the drives from the Beacon's playbook, which give you basically a bunch of different cool things you want to do, and once you mark them off, you get like you can get a clear conditions and mark potential and stuff.
I think I decided against that one though, because one of those things is like kiss somebody.
Yeah, again, it doesn't seem like I might have to take it if I don't have any advancements left or whatever, but like the thing I'm wondering is like I don't think I'm getting close to locking my label or doing any of the big stuff.
Sure,
so I feel like maybe taking an adult move makes sense here. Either stand up for something or persuade. I feel like persuade is the thing I've been doing the most. Or like, I've been doing a lot of provoking people, and maybe I just get better at it finally. Right? Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah, what does it do?
So basically, instead of pushing their buttons, you actually just make a trade, right? You just say, like, what do you want? And like, you use that incentive to get them to do what you want in like a positive way, right? I'm not like provoking them to be like
superior.
It is, but it's superior, right? Exactly. I can use superior to actually like convince people of things the normal way, as opposed to just like instigating things.
Huh. Can I use this move
and then the other thing is the stand
emoticon?
for something, right? Persuade.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you could, right? Yeah. Like, would it have the desired effect of have the right emotions? I guess I'm not sure if that's what your goal is for that or not, but
I guess we'll finish talking.
I don't know.
I have a couple questions for you about how you think that'll work mechanically based on what I'm picking here. But so I think for Caleb though,
it makes because the other one would be basically the mild mannered or beacon drives. It seems like I've almost moved past those at this point. Like they aren't really important to my character. They're kind of the lower level ones. Stand up for something is definitely what I'm going to take as my other adult move. But I feel like that might be later. It does. It makes sense to me that like Palladium has been doing. I rolled a lot of times at this point to provoke people to basically be like shape up or do this better or whatever, right? Like with Biolastic and lots of other people. As I was listening back through, it's like so many times Palladium has just said things to someone and been like, it doesn't matter if they yell at me. I'm doing this for their own good. It would be nice to be able to do this and just have it be for their own good and them, react positively to it as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense. Plus, then you don't have to worry so much about like you can move between them mundane and savior superior if you need to. Like if you're in savior mode and your mundane sucks, you can use superior instead.
Yeah, that's true, right? I don't have to be a jerk if savior is my only.
You don't automatically lose the ability to talk to people just because you're
Because basically the way it works is if they're an NPC on a 10+ they buy it and act accordingly. On a 7 and 9 they need concrete assurance right now. If they're a PC on a hit they can mark potential or shift their own labels if they do what you want. On a 10+ take influence over them as well. So this is basically the trigger is when you persuade someone with their best interests. So it's literally just persuasion from Burning Wheel or whatever, right? Yeah, I feel like that's a good evolution of what I've been doing as a character.
I think so too.
That makes sense to you, Connor?
Sorry, I was reading my notes.
Yeah, and then when we have to convince the 7 to run and not get themselves killed, you can convince them with their best interests.
Oh, there you go. All right, so you're saying you're going to take that one next, and then what's after that?
No, that's all I was talking about. Is just talking about like it seems like this is what my character has been doing. Obviously right now. So it makes sense that this is the angle I'm going to take. I might end up taking mild mannered or the beacon drives if I am at a point where like the only other options are like lock your label or take your moment of truth, and I don't feel like I'm quite there yet. But otherwise I'll probably just ignore them. I might get to the end of the game and not have used them at all, but
Yeah, they kind of add things, and I don't know that you're in a place you need that yet. Maybe when you decide to like switch things up, well, then I guess you wouldn't have access to those options anymore.
Exactly. But,
yeah.
We will definitely have to see what that looks like if I do end up switching my playbook at any point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have tried my best to make sure that I am able to guide you to between two playbooks. I tried to make it so that each player feels like they have two obvious choices to pick between in a dramatic fashion to decide where their character goes next. That way we're building up to it, but also there's a push and a pull to see where is this character going, what are they going to choose, what are they going to decide, without it being like, oh, they could choose anything, or there's just one obvious choice that they're building into, and at any point they might just slip into that without changing. But I want the transformation to be like, a big deal.
It's feeling great for me. I have very clear ideas as to about like what Palladium cares about and wants to do and where he might go if he's forced to change.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Cool.
David, do you have any ideas if you were to choose the change playbooks thing, what you would end up doing?
I have an idea. Or it kind of depends on what the means mechanically.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're just talking purely story wise, originally I was like, I could do the depending on how like dark the character goes, I could do like the reformed because it's kind of like a edgy thing. But I don't think that makes sense. And I honestly, most of the other playbooks, even if they are like thematically appropriate, I'm like, I don't really like the stuff they do. So I don't really know what I would pick. I'm curious to know what Connor's suggestion is. It's possible we've talked about this and I just forgot.
I don't think we have, but I have like thematic ideas, and I also I just can't say that at all.
I mean, part of me wants to pick,
I guess I have a way that never mind.
Part of me wants to pick like the Nova, but have like have like a power angle to it, right? Like I just take people's powers at a whim and just do crazy stuff. But I think if I do that, I might step on Bastion's toes because the Nova's. I mean, he's already half Nova. He literally has and if he might,
I personally think if Leftwing changes, it'll be the big change will be not being a delinquent anymore, rather than like what necessarily you become. It'll be you will only change if when you leave your delinquency behind you. Though I guess you could do reformed, and then you would kind of go even further into it.
Worse,
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, the other thing is like most of the other playbooks that use the same stats that I like with like freak or mostly like superior, which is the one I was leaning on. I don't think suit him very well, but I could be missing some.
I was curious.
Yeah. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that I would like.
Because for me, it was pretty clear. But
I have a really interesting idea. I think I could see three different things with Leftwing.
Yeah.
But I have a really interesting idea, and I don't know. It really is going to depend on where your character goes to see where if you would like it or not. But
yeah,
I came up with this idea pretty recently, and I was like, wowza, that would be such a great plot twist. But I like if I give that away.
Yeah,
I don't know how. Like I'm gonna have a struggle of
butterfly effect.
Yeah, I don't want to suggest the idea to you and have it feel like I'm trying to get there.
Yeah, you don't want to push it.
Yeah, I don't want to push it. But oh man, I have such a great idea. And my great idea probably will never come to fruition. We'll probably never even get to that.
The Nomad is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I actually have one of the Nomad's moves.
Nice.
It lets me use superior if my opponent underestimates me. But I haven't used that in a long time because my danger is as high as my superior now, and no one underestimates me anymore. So I kind of want to get rid of it, but the game doesn't have a mechanism for that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, changing your playbook might switch out some of that stuff. I think it mainly changes the playbook specific things, but yeah.
Yeah, I've read the rules for switching playbooks like 3 times, and I still have absolutely no idea what will change on my character and what I will keep. And I don't think there's any more information for me to read than what I read, and it's kind of infuriating, honestly. But yeah, I think I just figured we will get to this and we'll just decide.
Ooh, the star might be a funny way to take it.
I also have. I was going to take a move from star where you get to use superior to fight, but I realized you had to take a condition to do it, and you can only do it if there's a crowd. And I was like, oh, it's just a worse version of the nomad move. I'm taking this one.
Yeah.
So yeah, the star is pretty.
That's kind of funny.
That's probably reasonable, but yeah, I could see that. That's maybe the one that makes the most sense to me so far.
Yeah, either that or like the reformed or whatever.
Yeah. But I think that's the direction it would have gone if the tournament had gone differently. I think Bastion and Leftwing's conversation at the end of the tournament changed the course of how I imagined the character might go. Like literally, I had a speech where Leftwing gives the metaphorical, probably the literal middle finger to everyone in the crowd, and has like a put him in their place kind of moment if he wins, and like from actually fighting. And I couldn't use it at the end of the tournament because it didn't make sense anymore. With Bastion, like the whole thing. I was like, I had this really great speech I can't use. And so it literally changed my plan. I wish I was here. But and so I also think that like any chance that I would go on towards the darker thing and become like this mirror to Countess, I think I've lost most of my intention for that. I mean, even my intention with Emoticon here is completely the opposite of what it would have been probably before that episode.
I feel like the nomad or the star, if you were to change playbooks at all, are probably the way to go.
I think
because the nomad could be like
make a lot of sense because it's about like someone who travels around the universe.
Well, I mean that could be quite simple. Like for me, it was like Leftwing deciding I don't want to be what the hero system wants me to be. But I still want to do good, right?
Yeah.
Sort of a thing, right? Whereas the star would be like, okay, yep, we're going to be part of this hero system and I'm going to do it in style, right? I'm going to do it my way, right? Yeah. Like that could definitely be a path to take.
That's true.
All right, well, we should call it here. I'll
after our mini after show that it's
not I will I will send you I think I'm only missing one character, Caleb, from
let me know if I need to update tokens.
Otherwise I think that should be good.
Cool.
Probably have to double check that, but it's gonna be cray next time. I think this is the point where I was referencing, like, I have this idea in mind, but I don't want it to take too long away from the players. And this is that, where I have this really cool, like, everybody is facing down a villain at the same time. And you guys are in one of these scenes, but not all of them.
Right.
And still maintaining like the weight of each scene without
you get
breaking.
Snippets.
That's what my plan is. I'm planning on having some snippets that just imply everything you need to know about what is actually going on.
As soon as you said like you're going after luminescence, it made a lot of sense to me because I was wondering, like, I figured you were going to have us being involved in what was happening here based on the way you ended the episode. I was like, okay, that makes sense. We have one concrete thing to do, and it's because Dragon can't do it because he's facing. I was like, okay, that makes sense. This is what specialist sidekicks are here for, right? It's like we need a little bit of backup. Go do the thing. You're good at this, right?
Yeah.
Sweet. We are good at saving people. It's true.
If Connor, if you don't have to go right now, I did have a couple short questions about the mechanics for the thing here. If we can do that off stream though, if you want.
Sure. Let's do that. I'll probably change to my phone actually.
That's fine.
I'll
go ahead and end the stream
now. So but I'll
All right, cool. Thanks for playing, y'all. That was fun.
Yeah, thank you. See you.